The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, to my left, we have a man that really needs no introduction for you. Is known the world over, and he got a nice little haircut. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Yeah, welcome to True School Sports, another night of boxing, and hope you all subscribers enjoy the time with us.
Absolutely. So it's definitely great to be here. You know, Pops is feeling good, feeling great because he got the hair, shaved off. Yeah. I might have to follow his lead soon because I got the Bruno Mars shit going on, so we might have to follow suit. But we got a great live as always planned for you guys wherever you're at in the world. I hope you guys are having a good day and a prosperous day. You know, sometimes life is great, sometimes life is not so great. But for however long we're here, we hope that we can make your lives a little bit better with the boxing talk we give you guys. But before we get into today's topic, because I have quite a lot to say, and I'm sure Pops will have quite a lot to say about these topics as the live progresses. I wanted to give everybody a programming reminder of what they can expect for this weekend. You know, this weekend we got the big fight with the grudge match with Amir and Kell Brook. That'll be Saturday afternoon, so make sure you guys don't make no plans Saturday afternoon. Like, join us and definitely have fun with us talking about that big fight with Conor and Brook, because it's been years. I mean, a decade in the making, and we want to share that experience with you guys. And then at night, Jaime Munguia will be continuing to progress his way up the middleweight division as he takes on the American Demetrius Ballard out there in Tijuana, Mexico. So that's what we got. And we got hella videos coming out here on True School Sports. Before we get into the topic, Pops, are there any opening thoughts you have just about boxing or anything?
I mean, don't take everything that boxing says seriously. When you read it in the media, take it for a grain of salt.
Always.
They might say one thing an hour, now a day, 20 minutes, and an hour later it's changed. So take everything for a grain of salt until it's not written in stone. Until it is written in stone. Yeah.
I want to touch on this briefly because I know people will ask me about it during the live, but I did see that George Kambosos Jr. They're making some progress on his next fight. Michael Coppinger reported that apparently June 5th, they're gonna fight in a big stadium in Australia, and they're saying that Melbourne, Australia, and they're saying that Lomachenko is the front runner for the fight. Yeah. But I take it all with a grain of salt because Michael Coppinger is the one that reported it, and if we're gonna go by his reports, they reported that Lomachenko signed his end of the contract. So, you know, I know generally speaking, when fights get announced, it's never a good thing if the B side is getting announced first before the A side. So we'll just wait and see. I have my doubts. I still think that George will fight a tune-up and then fight Ryan Garcia later in the year. I'm holding to that theory until I see that this is finalized. But, you know, good news. If it's true, good news. I want to see good fights. I have no complaints.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll find out when it's all done.
Yeah. Want to get to a comment. Shout out to my guy, Kevin Effect. He says, when I learned about ayahuasca, I wanted to try it myself. I still do, actually. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about ayahuasca because, you know, Wilder's trying to get on that. Ayahuasca, yeah, I was just telling you about it.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like this
African thing or something?
It's like this
spiritual thing?
Yeah, we'll get into it in a second. Okay. Jean Lejeune, shout out to him. He says, shout out to Pops and his new haircut. Yes.
Yeah, looking good. Thank you.
I've
been watching Hollywood. Yeah.
I got to follow suit soon. Yeah. But, let's get to it. We're going to go to screen share because, look, the topic of today's live is Deontay Wilder talking about he want to take ayahuasca to go on a spiritual journey to figure out if he want to retire from boxing or not. And then also Ryan Garcia and all the things that that have been going on with his career. So we're going to kind of touch on both. If you guys have anything you want to say, ask during the live, you feel free to drop it and we'll definitely get to you. But if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, super chat, all that good stuff. And we'll definitely appreciate it. So look, Deontay Wilder's been pretty quiet since he got slept by Tyson Fury. He hasn't really done too much talking, but he did an interview recently on the Brian Scott podcast. You know, shout out to Brian Scott, the former NBA head coach, you know, having him on there. But for those of you that know, for those of you who don't know, Deontay Wilder has stated that he wants to try the psychedelic, whatever, ayahuasca. So I wanted to play you guys the clip, and I wanted you guys to see it for yourself. And then we'll dissect from there and kind of just talk about this in depth. So here's what Wilder said to Brian Scott about taking ayahuasca.
Again, let's go back to boxing real quick. Yeah. And like I said, I know you got a lot left in you, but what's next in the boxing world for D?
I think I'm gonna take a trip. I gotta do, man. I'm thinking about doing ayahuasca. You ever heard of that before?
No.
I know that, but that's leading into it. That's gonna be my decision making practice.
I got you.
Ayahuasca is something that you're taking on a spiritual journey and using DMT and stuff like that. And I've been really, really interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Going to getting shamans and stuff like that. And just I want to go down this journey, this path.
You're basically saying that once you go through that journey, that's gonna kind of help you or lead you to what you're gonna do.
It's gonna help me navigate my decision making of what I want to return to the sport. Now, like I said, boxing I put kind of bad taste in my mouth because of what it has done to me. Because I stand for politics, the cheating of it, referees. So it seems like I fight against the politics, the referees,
and the fighter.
I feel because I know it's so many guys in boxing cheating. And of course they don't want me to say it, but I'm gonna say it because it is what it is. I mean, I'm risking my life, so I have the right to say what I want. Absolutely. There's so many people that try to, go against me in this sport and do things, but I stand for something. And if you don't stand,
so Pops, what do you make of that clip of Wilder with the ayahuasca? He wants to take the spiritual journey to aid his decision making process. What do you think of that? What do you make of it?
I'll be honest with you. We said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Tyson Fury put him in a spiritual journey. He's trying to go himself back to normality. And I'll be honest with you. You don't need to go to no damn
spiritual journey.
Ayahuasca, spirituality, if you want to get back to boxing. Everybody supports him, even when he lost to Fury. I'm talking about Wilder, but he always feels like somebody's got a personal vendetta against him and what he did for. Do what you got to do, man. Shout out to you, but I honestly. Wish you that's what you want to do, whatever, and I understand it, but don't bullshit me with that. You want to go see bullshit me about your spiritual upcoming to find out what you want to do. You either know or you don't. Simple as that. You do, you want to go or you don't. But don't say you're going on some spiritual adventure.
Yeah, no. Listen, I really don't know much about ayahuasca. I pulled up some articles and watched some videos of people talking about it. So let's try to not be, I agree with you, Pops.
I know what you're saying.
I agree with you saying. Yeah. But we're going to try to understand just where the hell is Wilder coming from because, sometimes we talk down on what we don't understand and we try to be understanding people here on True School Sports. But man, I'll tell you this. So what I've come to learn about ayahuasca is basically that it's something that's been taken many times for people to make decisions in life. Sometimes they're at a crossroads. Sometimes they take this ayahuasca or whatever, and they say like it creates this big burning sensation in your stomach, and then like it separates you from your senses.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking already, right?
What?
It's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. You don't need to go through all that. I understand we all need to be spiritual full in some way and guided through God, and I respect his decision. But what I'm saying is just get to the point. You either want to box or you don't. You don't have to go to no spiritual to tell you that you want to go or not. You're either going to go or you don't. You got your ass kicked by Fury.
Well, they say that the ayahuasca helps heal traumas. So like I know from just being involved in boxing, and you got to remember he's a fighter. I'm not no fighter. He's a fighter at the World Championship pay-per-view level. So if I've experienced a little bit, I've experienced just covering the sport on this level. I can't imagine what he experiences trauma-wise from being a fighter at that level. So he probably does a lot of trauma. They say that ayahuasca is good to heal trauma, and it says it regulates emotion and all this stuff.
Before this, he was going to Africa for some other stuff he wanted to do, and he did it while he was boxing before the fight with Fury, and he went over there for the people of Africa. And I have nothing against his adventures, but the reality to me is, if that's what he truly believes is going to help him make a decision, so be it. Because I know athletes sometimes when they have what the Emma went for psychologically, whatever.
Emma Williams, Austin Emma Williams.
He went for some kind of confidence or something. He went to get psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever. So whatever works for you, Walla, go ahead and do it. But for me, I just think it's a bunch of mesh.
You think it's a bunch of mush? You're not buying it.
Nah, I don't think you have to go through all that to find out what he wants to do.
They say it could change your mood and your thinking and all this stuff.
Okay, if you change your mood, you can be hot, you can be hyped up, you can do all that, and then you get back in the ring and get got the fuck knocked out again with a right hand or something to your head, and you go back with your same sense of what's going to happen then. Are you going to go all the way No disrespect. I'm just saying because I don't know much about it. Ayahuasca, whatever it's called.
Yeah, ayahuasca.
And go ahead and have a cup of tea, whatever you gotta have, and feel free for it. No.
I gotta get to these comments. These comments are amazing. Shout out to everybody
I'm
here.
not trying to hate on. Do what you gotta do.
RR1000 says Pop should do some ayahuasca.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
They say you can't even just take it. You gotta like prep for it. There's like a whole preparation process you gotta do. Like you can't like for example, like we couldn't take ayahuasca being in the house. We have to go to like the forest, some shit.
Really?
Yeah, you can't just take it in the house. You gotta go like somewhere where there's like nature.
Tell him to go to the Everglades, and when a big ass alligator here bites his ass off, he said, "Thank you, ayahuasca."
Oh, so it's like he's taking it in the Everglades.
Yeah, right here. Yeah,
take that shit in the Everglades.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, okay.
All I'm saying is respect to him. If that's what he feels is what he wants. I don't respect. I see he's from South America, whatever the case is. So I respect this thing. What I'm saying is, I personally don't think that you have to go through all that to know if you want to box or not.
They say it's going to
unless you want to bring light. Unless you want to bring light to the whatever it's called,
ayahuasca
medicine and all that, and you as your platform is using that to sell.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I never heard of no damn ayahuasca my whole life until I was playing for this live.
I just skimmed it right now, and it's somewhere in South America, Brazil. Peru, Colombia, blah blah blah. So respect to Wilder. I don't hate on Wilder because I still think he's one of the best heavyweights in boxing. That can still have the right hand.
We like to see him fight.
We love to see him fight. So if that's what it takes to go on that journey, shit. We just seen Thurman come back from 2.5 years later off, and he was out in Zombie playing the flute somewhere.
Yeah.
So respect.
Everyone has their own way to deal with things. Shout out to MAW. He says, "Hey gang, I heard you gotta prep for it before you take it, or you shit yourself." Yeah, it's like a big thing. I watched like 5 videos.
Like a voodoo thing or something.
It sound like voodoo. It sound like some voodoo shit. Like straight up. David Martinez says, "Do mushrooms first, then you'll understand." I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't have to.
I'm just saying, like,
I got Jesus. I'm good.
Whatever he got to do, go ahead and do it. I'm not hating on what he wants to do because I want to see him back in the ring because I think he's still legit in the boxing ring. But if he has to go through all these things, and I get every athlete goes through their own process to feel better. So if that way can make him feel better to heal back up, and they get knocked the fuck down again, well, so be it.
Shout out to my man Jonathan. He says Deontay will say that the ayahuasca has something in the gloves.
He's gonna always say something. He's gonna always say something. You heard what he said.
I'm with him.
And I mean, BT was telling me when you get to that level, there's all kinds of dirtiness.
You don't even know half of it. You can't. There's no. It's hard to find any joy. Yeah, so I get where he's coming from.
We're not discrediting him, but I'm still not going to say that you have to go through a lot to know what you really want. You could say, I'm gonna go take a course in whatever it's called, ayahuasca. And when I come back, I'll give you my decision on what I truly believe what it is. But I'm not gonna say I'm gonna take whatever the thing is, the spiritual thing from Africa to go ahead and decide
whether it's
boxing. No, you're either gonna do it or you're not.
RR1000 says Iron Mike Tyson has done it.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so this goes way back.
No, it's been on for years. It's been on for ages.
Okay,
supposedly it's been on for ages. So look.
No, God bless him. I'm not hating on Wilder. That's what all I'm saying. Me personally, I would just know if I'm going to box or not. I don't need to go through all that journey to find out.
Yeah, Valiant says ayahuasca is spiked as water. They put ayahuasca in his water. That's why Fury kept.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. He came up with so many theories before, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to go forward with him. Because,
we're going forward. We're
going to talk about the past one because you know what? He gave a great fight. He's healing to how sometimes mentally he's got to heal from that big loss, and it's hard. Even Teofimo can't deal with his loss. We see how he's acting. Thurman had to go to the jungle, play the flute for how many years before he came back. Everybody got their own way of healing, and that's the way for him to get peace of mind to come back and be a better version of Deontay Wilder. So be it. Yeah.
MAW says the fucked up part is that they dress you in white, so you chuck up and shit yourself, so everybody knows.
Well, now hold on a second. What is the purpose? What that sounds like? Like back in the 80s when I used to work, or 90s when I worked over here, when there was something called here when I know it's not the same thing. When you go to dance clubs and everything, and beautiful women that I used to meet at the I used to work as security guards, they were into these fetishes that they like to get pissed and shit on themselves. That's what this sounds like. I'm not being funny.
For real?
Yeah, I met some fine girls when I was doing the security.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl. And then I went to check up on them and everything, and I got to know them. They went to the fetishes to have somebody shit and piss on them.
So you think it's the same thing?
It sounds to me the same shit. The only thing he's got to take a shit on himself. Anybody gonna watch him? He might as well just go on the desert, take a shit like I did in the war, and let everybody see you take a shit.
Okay. Hey, Pop's letting you guys know.
I mean, that's a crazy ritual. That's like you telling me you're gonna clean your detox your whole system.
I'm gonna quote
your liver.
I'm gonna quote Tyson Fury before they fought the first time when they had a little face to face. Okay, if you gotta enter spirits and psychedelics in your body and things like that, you've already lost. You've lost the plot. You don't need to be boxing. Yeah. You're already like unintentionally making your decision without even knowing it. So constantly
you're going to a different realm. And if that's what you would like to do, so be it. That's what you got. Like you say, he's got his platform. He's there for a purpose, and a lot of people follow him. But honestly, God bless him. That's all I can say. I'm not talking negative about Wilder because I think everybody deserves to go where they want the time of healing, where they want to go. And if it's to take a shit, he takes a shit 3 times a day when he goes to the toilet. So I don't know why he's got to go through that whole thing to get it done.
Orlando Martinez says Wilder just doesn't want to get his ass up by another heavyweight. The fear factor is gone for Wilder. Yeah, that's gone because that's what I'm saying. Like once you get clipped like he got clipped against Fury, and then you got him talking about ayahuasca and all this stuff, the heavyweights are not going to fear Wilder. Like no. I mean, sure he can still punch, sure he's still dangerous, but they're not going to fear him. So I don't know, man. Like Pops, I want to show you. I want to show you guys another clip because I think Deontay Wilder is already working on life after boxing apart from the ayahuasca. Okay. Now, let me show you guys what Wilder's working on apart from the ayahuasca. So let me see. I think it was right over here. Yeah, right here. So look, Deontay Wilder, he's got life after boxing sorted out. You guys don't know. So now, this is a clip from Instagram. Deontay Wilder was in the studio the other night making some music. So I'm going to play this clip of Wilder making some music, and y'all can give me your take on what you think about Deontay Wilder's music. He sounds like a 6'7" T-Pain. Listen to him. Here it is. Wait, where's the volume at? Oh, hold on. But yeah, no, he was making music. Let me put the volume up. All right, so here he is. Here's Deontay Wilder in the studios. He said it was a great vibe, great energy. So here's the Bronze Bomber. Bronze Bomber Records coming to a city near you.
That's it. Let's go.
All I need is one overdose on you.
Deontay Wilder out here making hits.
All I need is one hit of what?
I can't make out what he's saying, but all I need is one hit and a dose of you. And I want to kiss you, girl.
So he's from the R&B shit. You know what? Shout out to him. He's trying to do something.
So Tyson Fury done turned Deontay Wilder into a T-Pain, to an R&B singer.
Yeah, man. Sometimes we all got.
You talking? I'm letting it go.
Sometimes you have an escape, and that's probably music. Another way that he deals with what he's going through. He's trying different things to get peace of mind within himself. So be it. Whether it's music, whatever the case may be, that's Wilder.
So there you go, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber Records coming to a city near you. Now, Orlando Martinez. Now look, call me old fashioned, call me set in my ways.
Yeah.
But I agree with Orlando's comment right here. This is just me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is the better life. Wilder should try that instead.
You know what?
And I'm right there with him. Yeah. I'm right there with Orlando.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you're empty from having success. From whatever the case may be, after you have everything, you still feel empty. You don't know where you're at. You're lost, and you're trying all this wasasa, wasoso, whatever, and all these religions. And that's your game you want to do. But I guarantee you, after you finish all that, you're still gonna feel empty. A great example of that I'll say real quick is if you're some Spanish people in here, there's a great rapper named Farruko from Puerto Rico. Yeah. He had a big concert up here
in Miami,
and he accepted Jesus Christ. In the concert, the people wanted him to sing Peppers or whatever that song is. And he came out preaching the word of God, and he left the music.
It was mad as hell.
He said he felt empty. He felt that he knew where to go. He had all the money, everything, but the thing he didn't have, he didn't feel. He felt he hurt a woman and her family, his kids, and everything with all this shit. So basically, and I'll say it again, 99.9. No, fuck that, 100%. If you accept Christ and find Christ in your heart, you will always have more peace within yourself.
That's it.
You just gotta open your heart and give yourself a chance.
And it don't guarantee you a life of perfection or it being easy, but it definitely gives you the strength to overcome.
So God bless whatever he's
going through. But you know what? The beautiful thing about Wilder is, or about the Lord is like, you know, he's got a way of bringing you to the end of yourself. So he can try ayahuasca, he can try African teas, he can try whatever he wants.
English teas, whatever teas you want to try. I mean, so kudos to him. But at the end of the day, you're gonna still feel an emptiness with that you're not content with until.
Man, hold on. I gotta get to this, and then I'm gonna come back up to the comments. So, Mero9 says it's funny that BT talks so much about being an ambassador for TH. I don't know what he means. TH, and the disdain and disrespect you have for Wilder is pretty telling. Wilder is a class like what? Okay, when did I disrespect him? All I said was,
listen. Nobody's just hold on. You guys are coming here with that narrative. I'm coming back with the narrative of hate that we hate Wilder. We're not hating on
for the
Wilder.
sport. How
we're keeping this an open discussion, and I've said.
You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. You know what the problem with people like you is, Meryl Knight. You know the problem with you is, man. People like you are soft, man. You guys don't know how to take constructive criticism with anything. I don't hate any man in the world. I don't have enough hatred in my heart for any man. I may dislike a fighter and the way they move about their career, but the reality is I don't know these people. And I respect any fighter, whether they be the pound number one fighter in boxing or the journeyman with 100 losses. With 100 losses, so I respect everybody in the sport. I'm just giving my take on the sport.
And if you're coming here saying we're hating, we just nipped it in the bud. We said we'll leave negativity out and shout out to Wilder, whatever he wants to do. We're just giving our opinion. If that's what he feels he's got to do, that's it. That's not hating on him.
Meryl9 says, I love the channel and I love your content. But I'm disagreeing with your take and him as a fighter also. That's okay. That's okay. But you're doing a little bit of double talking because you're saying I have disdain for Wilder and all this stuff, but then you're saying like the channel. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but like, you know, don't double talk. Either say you like the channel. But I don't have disdain for Wilder. Maybe I did at one point, but after the third fight, actually no, forget that. Even before the third fight, I've told you guys on many occasions. I told you guys I've paid money to see Wilder fight. I've supported his career in many ways. Listen, so it's not like you know. Listen,
you don't have to waste your breath to explain to him how you really feel. We came on other.
But respect to him, no. Yeah. I agree. We're marking it. Whatever he wants to do, it's his thing. We're just giving our little 2 cents.
I gotta clear this point out. When we came on the live today, we said we don't want to talk about his past, negativity, and everything. Whatever he wants to do, so be it. We're just giving our take, our opinion on it. That's not saying we're wrong or right. You have yours, but don't take it to the point that you're saying that we're hating on Wilder, but we're not saying that. Okay, we're just saying what our opinion about it and how we feel about him. Yeah. The problem with you guys are, and I'm going to go on like this: LDBC riders and Wilder, and Wilder dick riders that want everything to be a certain way for them, a certain narrative. You want to come back and say the same thing. That's not right. We're just like we stopped talking bad about Canelo. We're not talking bad about Wilder. So please understand that.
Okay, absolutely. He definitely needs Jesus Christ. He will be everything that will fill your soul. I agree, but look, everyone has the way they want to live. I just think that's the best way from my experience. But everyone's entitled to live the way they want to live. That's why that's why America is the greatest country in the world. You have the freedom to choose how you want to live.
Whatever it takes to make him a better fighter, so be it and do it. Go see what's
the person that talked earlier, they said no double talk, but I watch you pretty often, and your take on Wilder seems pretty slanted. I'll take what you said into consideration. He then says, no one is soft, no need for name calling. LOL, much love to you, Pops. Well, no, respect to you, man. Like, look, I have the way I feel about Wilder is the way I feel about a lot of fighters. There's things I like and there's things I don't like. I'm not trying to rehash the past because you're taking me there, but
you're judging the past. That's what you're doing with us.
I can't be a fan of boxing, like heavyweight boxing, and not be a fan of Wilder because Wilder is part of why the heavyweight division has been so exciting over the last couple of years.
I mean, so we're not what our people in the past. We're talking about Wilder today, not what happened in the past. I mean, if you're judging us from the past, what we talked about, whatever you want to do, it's your opinion.
Joseph Dalton says he can like your channel and not agree with every point you
Amen.
make. Yeah, but it just seemed like he was double talking, so all I was doing was calling him out on it, because he's talking about how I mentioned in the past that I want to be a good ambassador for the sport of boxing, but then he said I have hate and disdain for Wilder, and I make it very clear I don't have hate or disdain for any fighter because I don't know most of these guys personally. I mean, I know a couple of people. I know quite a few fighters personally, but Wilder isn't one of them. So, you know, I respect them. Don't run from the past. The past matters. You guys can't handle the past, because if I go to the past, you guys can't handle the truth of the past. So you don't want to go to the past.
Nobody's running the past. The past is being judged by him coming on this channel saying that we have disdain and hate for Wilder. When we started this live,
listen,
hold on. We started this live, and we basically said that he has his right to do what he wants to do. Whatever he wants to do, welcome to him for doing it. But we're gonna say how we feel about it. That's not hating on Wilder.
Yeah.
The problem with you guys are you guys are going to bring up the past, and you're judging us on the past things that we said about Wilder, about his excuses, about this, about the fights and everything. Let that go. He's trying to find a peace of mind for himself so he can get back in the ring.
That's it. And look, we want to see him back in the ring. We love the big right hand. We love what it brings to the table as far as his power and all this stuff. So it is what it is.
God bless you.
Merlin19 says, "Hey, I'm a man's man. Be disagreeable. More people need to be like you. And I stand on what I said. You responded, and I respect that. This is your platform. I'm not like these casuals out here." Well, I respect that, champ. At least you're centered enough to
understand.
To understand. So it is what it is.
God bless you.
God bless you.
And thank you for
you
the
know,
comment.
we listen. I actually welcome people.
And you know why? You know what I'm passionate about Wilder? Because I want Wilder to succeed. He's one of the top fighters in heavyweight history. I want him to come back and show, like, you know what? I had a bad time, but I can come back from this. Do whatever you gotta do. Go to your psychologist. Do whatever you do to make yourself better. God bless the Wilder, and I wish him the best. I said this before the live, but I started. I'm gonna say it again.
No, absolutely. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, he gets what he needs to do in order, and we see him back in the ring. Hopefully, I would like to see him personally. Since he's a PBC heavyweight, I would like to see him fight maybe Andy Ruiz Jr.
Yeah,
someone like that.
I just wanted to come back, and we'll make the heavyweight division a lot more interesting again. Regardless of what happened with him and Fury, and just having that man's got a right hand that we haven't seen in how many ages. So we got to put respect to that.
And I want to say this, man. I've been to a lot of fights in person, especially as these years went by. I've been going to a lot more of these big fights in person, and I was there the night Wilder had the rematch against Bermane Stiverne. I was there at the Barclays Center when he knocked Stiverne out in the round. And to this day, I would say out of all the fights I've gone to, that's probably one of the top 5 most exciting fights I've been to in person.
Yeah.
Wilder, when he came out with the 50 Cent Many Men and put Stiverne squarely on his behind, it was
and I get it. He wants to be a representation for the people that follow him, and this is that. He's the most respected figure that they have, and he's like the word of mouth balloon. So respect to him. If that's who wants to follow you.
Who's they?
I'm talking about
ayahuasca?
No, ayahuasca. I'm talking about people, the platform that I'm talking about that like him a lot. I don't want to bring out the name because it's going to cost more.
The four initials.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, so respect him. He's outspoken for everybody, and to be sincere, Wilder is trying to be sincere and trying to be that person that people can look up to it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to speak for who I got to speak for. Whether it's this world or that part of the world, I just want to do. He's very sincere when he wants to do so. Be it. Go find your way. Like I said, Thurman came from the woods from playing the flute. And who else?
You keep making that up.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he took his time off and he did play the flute, whatever, and he felt peace of mind. Other fighters went to see psychologists, so whatever medicine he's got to take to make himself feel better, so be it.
I'm gonna go with the comments above. He should really get back to because I know his father was a pastor. Get back to Jesus, man. Jesus will help you out, champ.
Well, yeah,
get back to Jesus.
But sometimes what happens?
But it takes sometimes.
You're blinded by the world.
You're blinded by the world and money and everything going on. So
even having the power of Christ beside you, so close to you, you're being blocked by the enemies that are thrown in front of you.
Shout out to your father's uncle's favorite trolling channel. He says Wilder's dealing with witchcraft. That's why he's so confused. And I never went to that myself, but I've heard things about it.
I know in my country is big with that. The Caribbean countries. I don't bring other countries up because then you guys are gonna say I'm just profile. I'm just gonna say it's prominent and those countries, stuff like that. And when you start dealing with the spirit realm, you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will pray for him, and I want the best for him.
Absolutely. Milky Way says, I still can't believe Khan versus Brook is less than 1 week away from fighting. That feels like, and this feels like an assimilation.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought? Do you think it's possible to be made?
I still don't think it's happening, to be honest
with
you. When I'll tell you when I believe it's gonna happen. When Kell Brook comes out to all the lights, then I'll believe.
Yeah.
When he comes out to all the lights, I'll believe.
Who you still going for?
Who am I going for? Who am I picking?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I'm rooting for Kell Brook to win.
He's gonna win.
But I'll pick Amir Khan to win. Because Kell Brook's state of mind has got me a bit on the edge.
So
you
basically mental game. You're saying that Khan got into the mental game.
Yeah, a little bit. He's winding him up, so we'll see. I wish Wilder would have found the sport when he was like 10. What could have been? Now, absolutely. And the thing is this is, I think Wilder is a good example of why the USA needs to really literally fund the amateur boxing program a lot more, because a lot of these heavyweights, you look at like Gerald Washington, Wilder, Charles Martin, Brazil. A lot of these guys either started late or they came from like football. Even Trevor Bryan, they all came from like football.
Listen,
had boxing been more prevalent for the youth, then you would have had them get these guys boxing at 10.
I like Wilder's story. I think he was doing shelves on the supermarket. He was a Budweiser truck driver. He did his thing. He had to do something to get back to where he really wanted, and he finally found his thing with boxing. It might have been a little bit too late, but you know what? He got the chance. He did his thing because his real dream was to play for Alabama. I think the Alabama Christmas Tide. And he really wanted to play football, but in reality, he didn't get that chance, so he went to boxing. And I think that's the best thing that happened to him. He actually became an example for so many. So, I mean, even with that being said, he became one of the most talented fighters in heavyweight history with that right devastating hand.
Shout out to Chance Dotson. He says, hello, BT and Pops. I'm going to grab some food from Jack in the Box before I go to work. Shout out to Jack in the Box.
Enjoy it, man. Jack in the Box.
Them $1 tacos at Jack in the Box. I know all about those. They be hitting. When you down bad and you don't got money, you get yourself like $4, go to Jack in the Box. You good to go.
Yeah, you good.
Pops always hits me with the truth bombs in the end. Pops is no nonsense. He's a man's man.
I get passionate and I got to slow down because I get angry too, so I got to slow down. But God bless you for your comment.
We have to get these big ass LeBrons early. I'm a trainer and parents are scared of bringing their kids. Well, listen, man, the unfortunate reality of the world we live in when it comes to the boxing in America is that society and men have been extremely feminized and pussified, like to no end. So they don't want their kids going to boxing because when parents, especially if the parents are not from like a tough background, parents they don't want their kids in the boxing gym because they feel like brain damage. They think of brain damage.
Listen,
but really, it's going to give the kids discipline and a release that they need.
At the end of the day, we have the same issue with boxing with baseball. Minorities can't get in. Everything's being short. Mothers are being protected because I have a situation right now. I won't get into it, but this kid, this bring up. I got two nephews being brought up by women, and basically they want to sit there and cater to everything. What they want, what they can do. If they want bracelets, they want to get bracelets for the boys. If they want this, they want to get. No, you can't do that. You got to have a strong father figure there to teach the kids. This is how it is. And do it. LeBron could be a big name to bring out there, just like in baseball and sports, to get everybody united, to get people.
Where LeBron come from?
As I said, LeBron. Did you say LeBron?
He was saying LeBron in the sense of you have to get these young big kids to box when they're young. He didn't actually mean LeBron.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But nah, man. Like I think he's probably the best example of why America should get back to investing into the amateur programs because there's a lot of talented athletic kids that boxing's not getting because they're losing them to football and basketball and baseball and other sports. So yeah, man.
You got to find a way.
But look, I do respect Wilder. He's come a long way in his life. A lot of you guys are saying that he sold his soul to the devil. Look, I don't listen. I have my theories about that. We can all have our theories about that. Whatchamacallit? Black Magic Genetic says you have to be very special to make contact with the devil. Other than that, you're in the contract with his second in command. I mean, you guys are taking this shit all the way to left field.
No, what was happening is some of these people done deep research on Wilder and they're just calling him up.
If you remember after the Luis Ortiz fight,
there was one time
after the first Luis Ortiz fight, he said that when he was beating up Ortiz in the first fight, he said his soul came out of his body and he could see himself beating up Luis Ortiz while he was fighting.
That's crazy.
That's what he said. Like there's actually an interview of him saying this.
I'll say one thing. BT and I caught it one time. We came out one of the fights, and it was all darkness and this and that. And behind all that darkness, there's a bad message behind that. But everybody's a free country. That's what he feels like doing. If he wants to deal with the spirits or whatever, and it's going to screw him up more, I'll pray for him in Jesus Christ and get him better.
Yeah. I'm not sure about all the medicine men in the comments. Respect to all my spirituals, but chill. Yeah. Look. I don't know too much about none of this stuff as far as like the ayahuasca and all this stuff.
Nah, man.
Y'all seem to be pretty big experts on this.
At the end of the day, he has everybody like all of us Americans who worship who we want to worship, whether we agree with it or not. He has his right. My whole thing is get your peace of mind. The way you feel, you gotta get peace of mind. And I just want to see you in the ring.
I gotta ask you, Pops, because you're older than me, and you obviously have a lot more life experience than me. You didn't dabble in any stuff like this ever, did you?
No.
Any drugs?
Drugs I did at times. But
you did drugs? What did drugs?
I did drugs when I was in the military. I experienced it, but after I experienced it, that was it. I didn't go crazy with other stuff. No, but I tell you right now, once I found being brought up, I was brought up in a strict environment with the Christianity. I realized that that's not the way to go. But I wasn't an addict, nothing like that. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just asking because, I never touched a drug in my life.
You're blessed.
So I don't know nothing about alternate reality. The only reality.
Most of the time you take drugs, and the reality is because you can't deal with what's going on in the real world. So you have to find a way to get away from the real world.
MAW say, guys, we're delving too far into this devil shit. Wilder just want to find himself, man, and hopefully he do.
Right,
so listen, God bless Wilder.
Let's go.
Hopefully he get back to where he need to get to and find him some Jesus. Yeah. But look. This live ain't about Wilder, right? This live ain't about Wilder, so we're gonna pivot away from Wilder. Shout out to everybody here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely super chat if you feel led to. We're not just gonna talk about Wilder, right? We're gonna also talk about one Ryan Garcia because I haven't had a chance to make a video about this, and there's been so many freaking articles coming out about Ryan Garcia that I don't want to make 4 different videos of Ryan Garcia. Right. I figured it would just be better to unpack everything going on with Ryan Garcia in one live, okay? So, as many of you guys know, as it says right here, he's left Eddie Reynoso, and he stated a couple different reasons, but, they're saying that he wanted to leave Reynoso because he wanted his own gym, because he felt like he was just another one of the guys at the Canelo gym. He wanted his own gym. He wanted to kind of get out the shadow, and he wanted to build his own brand. Now, Ryan was with Eddie Reynoso for nearly 4 years in his last 5 fights. But here's what his father said about Ryan Garcia and the training situation with Eddie Reynoso. He said, I quote, Ryan decided that it was time for him to have his own gym where he's not confined to a certain schedule and a certain day. It's like, hey, we have a fight coming up, He wanted to build his own brand and make it bigger. I think it's time. It's like when you have an apartment. You get tired of renting and you want to own your place. It's almost like that. The main thing is that Ryan did not want to feel that he was, in somebody else's. He felt that his brand can hold up, just like Floyd Mayweather Jr. When Mayweather decided to move away from the top-ranked gym and start his own thing. It's almost the same thing. He didn't want to feel confined to one area where you have to wait until they decide to work out this and that. We don't want that. We want to have our own place. What's wrong with that? Ryan is becoming a strong man and making his own decision. That's the bottom line, and we have to respect that. He's not a kid anymore. He wants to make his own decisions, and it's not a bad decision. We're still in contact with everybody at Team Canelo and the Reynoso gym. So, Pops, what do you make of Ryan's reasoning for wanting to leave? Because he said he wants to build his brand. He doesn't want to have a schedule.
I will dissect what he wants. When he says he wants his own independence, is telling me right off the bat that literally he go ahead. Literally, and I'll say it again. He's not disciplined. That's the bottom line to me. He's not disciplined in the boxing. I don't care what he's telling you, what he's doing. For somebody that Canelo called him out, and took years for him to call him out, and then he didn't like the fact that he's so branded with that Instagram stuff and being a diva and getting everything he wants that he can't do that at the Reynoso camp. He can't do what he wants to do. So that's the way I look at it. I think he doesn't have enough discipline to deal with that, so he moved on his own to do whatever he wants, which I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Yeah,
in my opinion, it's a classic case of when you get too much fame and too much notoriety too soon. He's already said before, I don't need boxing to make money. I make more money off of social media, so I don't gotta beg for fights. But that's a good thing, but it's a double-edged sword too. And for him, I think it's been a bit more bad than it's been good. Right. But shout out to my man, Ordinary Pete, with the first super chat of the live. You guys know very, very well. When super chats come out, so does Don King. So Don King, talk to him.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
Yeah, let the good times roll. Let them roll. We will. So shout out to you with the super chat. He says, "BT, show me how I should have blocked my head yesterday when I didn't buy my lady any Valentine's gifts." Yeah, man. You know, when you're in there, you gotta block, parry, slip, block.
He always asks you that.
Get your head out the line. Yeah. Get your head out the line, Pete. Don't leave your head in the same place. Move it to the left. Move it to the right. Block, parry. You know that's on you, champ. You knew yesterday. You knew yesterday was National Love Consumerism Day. You knew you were supposed to buy a girl them chocolates. Yeah. You knew you were supposed to buy you knew you were supposed to buy a girl some unnecessary shit. Okay, because that's what Valentine's Day is. God bless everybody out there. I don't hate on nobody that celebrates Valentine's Day.
But to me personally, you love everybody every day.
Every day, you know, you don't need a random day in February to tell you want to love someone. But
I love my wife for this year. Now I can't stand it, but today I'm gonna love her. Please.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, man. God bless you.
So yeah, man. If you didn't get your wife some chocolates, if you didn't buy her that new purse, that's on you, champ. Yeah, that's on you. But
you won't be eating anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but. Going back to Ryan Garcia. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Going back to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a classic case of too much too soon. You know, he's uber talented. He's uber talented. You know, very, very. You know, he's got a high ceiling, but you know, whether or not he actually self-actualized that potential, I think it's on him. I mean, like he's all over the place. Like first he's talking about he doesn't want to be confined to a training schedule, so he wants to dictate things how he wants them to go, which is not how the sport works.
Let me tell you something. One thing that caught my eye when he was on that live with his mama just recently, he's talking about was it that live? I think it was. Yeah, he was on live where they were talking about he's gonna do this, gonna do that, and he comes out and says that if he goes to Australia that he wants to worry about
the girls there are serious.
It's telling me right there what he doesn't have discipline. He doesn't. He's worrying about something else that has nothing to do with his career. He's worried about. So his discipline is his problem right there.
Yeah. And then, you know, again, like all these articles I'm going to show you guys, these have all come out within the last like week or so. Yeah. And he's all over the place. Now he's talking about Gervonta Davis saying that you're not a bigger star than me, dude. I'll suck my ego up and say 50-50. But why are you talking about Tank when you got a fight sign? You fucking fighting Emilio Tego on April 9th at the Alamo Dome. Well, why are you talking about him now?
You better get in that gym and focus on your opponent.
So he said, he being Tank, he can make pay-per-view with someone else, but I guarantee it's not going to do well. The only pay-per-view that's going to do well is him and myself. At the end of the day, you have to come up with a great deal that works for both of us. And you're not a bigger star than me, dude. Do not say that. I'm probably more of a star than you, but you won't admit it. So I'll suck my ego up and take the 50-50. And yeah. And then he just goes on and on about purse splits and how he's gonna fight him. You know. Oh yeah, Ordinary Pete says the way BT said, dude, just now say it again. Yeah. He's like, and no, you're not a bigger star than me, dude.
Yeah,
dude. That's the way the Californians say, dude. Like,
do they?
The dudes on the beach, the people like Malibu Beach.
Yeah.
Dude. Gnarly waves, dude. Anyway.
Yeah, let me tell you, all this like. Exactly what BT is saying. You got a fight coming up, and you should be in the gym right now working on your fight, and you're going on social media talking about girls in Australia, talking about the Tank fight 50-50. What are you talking about? Worry about what you got. I hope this guy Gooston, I don't know much about him, except that
he was a great trainer.
So I hope that he can. I hope that he can bring some sense to him, because if not, he's gonna have more problems than what he asked for.
Absolutely. So, I mean, look, is the Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis fight, is it a fight that we want to see here on True School Sports? Absolutely we want to see that fight, because it would be good for the sport. But at the same time, it's like, man, like you know, shut up and just worry about what's in front of you. Like, you do the most talking. First, you were in the fight Fortuna. You pulled out. Then you fought, you know, then you're supposed to fight Pacquiao. Now you're talking about Kambosos. Now you're talking about Tank. You're talking about everybody but who you're fighting next. And you better be careful, because, look, I know Tego is not a big name. I know Tego's not the biggest puncher, but Tego does come to fight, and he's crafty, and you know he's a ranked fighter for a reason. So
he will bring it.
He will bring it. So you can't underestimate any opponent, whether you know who they are or don't know who they are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you only just get the opponent in front of you, and if you're taking it for granted, and you want to sit here and and throw flowers and want people to throw flowers on you. I'll be honest with you, Brandon. I really pray for him because even that video with his mom, he looked lost, Brandon, to me.
Who?
Ryan, when he was with his mom in the hotel, and his mom would go take a shower.
I haven't seen that video.
Oh, you didn't see it? And he was talking about the fighting and all this other stuff. To me, he just looks lost. He looks out of place.
And look, I can't knock him for being lost. He's younger than me,
and he's got the mental thing.
And if I had to deal with half the shit he goes through, I'd probably be lost too.
Yeah,
because it's a lot to deal with at that age, with making millions of dollars, women throwing themselves at you. I mean, shit. Like, women throw them for me every now and then, but it's not like no damn Ryan Garcia. So I couldn't.
I get all that, but at the same time, you have to know when you got boxing. Your priority right now should be boxing, not worrying about what girls are on the side of the world. You already got baby mamas already. So how many more do you want? You need to really get focused on what you're doing in the ring.
Yeah, Ordinary Pete says you should never ever trust anyone who showers in hotel rooms with their mother.
What? No.
Yeah, Wilder's girl actually thought her man could beat up anybody in the world. Tyson Fury humbled that hoe.
I'm just sick tonight.
Y'all just saying whatever. We're not saying. We're just reading the comments.
Yeah.
MAW says next minute Ryan gets knocked out by Tego and all the plans go out the window. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it, right? He's got all this stuff he's talking about, all these things going on in his head. And then he's got all these moving parts, and he's overlooking the one thing he should be focused on, which is Tego. And then before you know it, this random fighter from Ghana just pushes his shit back and knocks him out.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's it.
I mean,
he's a hype job, just like that. Everybody's thoughts come to life.
Well, it's not what you said, brother. He's really not focused on what he's doing. He's all over the place, and that's not a good sign.
It's a horrible sign. It's an atrocious sign.
And then he hasn't fought for how long now? How long has he been out of the ring?
Since January 2nd of last year, so over a year.
We could say
a year and a month.
Well, you think
13 months.
When he gets in, he's gonna have some ring rust?
Of course.
So that's all gonna affect.
You can listen. You can if you guys pay attention to Ryan Garcia's like Instagram videos.
Mm-hmm.
You could even see like the speed. He's still fast, but compare his Instagram videos now. Mm-hmm. To like before the Campbell fight, just before the Campbell fight,
right?
The speed isn't even there. Because when you're not in the ring, your timing suffers, yes, but the other thing that suffers is your speed,
right? So
I think it's been the timing of the Ryan that suffered, and it's also been the speed of Ryan that suffered.
Right.
So it is what it is, man. But like there's that, and then the other thing that's going on that he mentioned, and look, I still hold true to this. All right, I hold true to this. I think this is what's gonna happen. All this talk about Kambosos fighting Lomachenko, Kambosos fighting Haney. I do not believe in none of it.
And you're basically saying because the credible source is not really credible.
It's not credible. Because the big news in boxing today was that Michael Coppinger,
the same one that came out with
the same one that's been wrong on a million different reports.
Yeah,
he's the same guy that said that Canelo was fighting Charlo, and he puts out fake pay-per-view numbers and all this stuff. I've held through the to the belief that Ryan Garcia will get the Kambosos fight because you connect the dots. Manuel Tego is promoted and managed by Peter Conor Ludabella. George Kambosos is promoted and managed by Peter Conor Ludabella. Ryan Garcia is fighting Tego next. So
and what's funny was boxing scene came up today talking about the same thing that we're talking about Ryan Garcia, and he was they asked him about the Bella to comment on the fight. No, it was Lomachenko. The Lomachenko article with boxing scene.
Yep.
And they actually approached DeBella, who is the what? DeBella, whose name is?
He's the promoter of
Kambosos, and he basically said no comment. So we don't know until anything's not written in stone, and we don't know what's really going to happen. They say the date is June 5th, but they say where, but they're not saying which fighter.
Yeah. And this is a comment from an interview he did recently, Ryan Garcia. He said, I quote, "The Zone was super sad that I didn't fight Jojo Diaz because that would have sold out everywhere. I guarantee you the subscription base for my fight against Luke Campbell went through the roof. Just saw highlights had over 18 million views. There's a reason why they want me to fight George Kambosos because of the subscriptions that come in when I fight, the viewership, maybe triple of that of Haney. So that's why I think this is going. That's why I'm saying like a lot of people I've seen like people going live today talking about, George is fighting Lomachenko. Yeah. No, he's not. Because not yet. You can't celebrate yet because they said Lomachenko signed his part of the contract, but George hasn't signed his part of the contract. And let me give you guys a little history lesson, okay? Mm-hmm. Amir Khan was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather, right? There was contracts for that fight. Amir Khan signed his part of the contract, but he announced it before Floyd did. So Floyd felt some type of way about it, and Floyd said, "Fuck you," and went fight my
Wow.
So all I'm saying is this could be another case of that. And really take anything Michael Covington reports with an extra grain of salt, because
this week you've seen it already.
You've seen it already with the whole Bivol situation. You know,
everybody hyped up, and then
anyway, also exposed them. So you know, just be very, very cognizant of that.
Be wary what you say.
And then let's get to the last but not least with Ryan Garcia.
Hit that like button, guys.
Hit that like button. Definitely take the time to super chat and support the channel. We're here, but let's get to the last and final thing we wanted to talk about when it comes to Ryan Garcia. Now, we do know that his trainer is now Joe Goosen. Now, Pops, you say you don't know much about Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen's a renowned trainer. He his best work that he did in his career was with Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn, yep. Michael Nunn. He trained Diego Corrales.
He was good too.
He trained Chris Arreola for the recent fight with Andy Ruiz.
And he really looked good.
And he looked really, really good. He got Arreola to lose weight, come in shape, and look like a very competent heavyweight on the night. And he actually dropped Ruiz. So look, Goosen in the past has had a reputation for being a no-nonsense trainer. A lot of people question, you know, how good of a trainer is Goosen still, because, you know, Goosen has ventured off into training celebrities. His gym that he has, 10 Goose Boxing Gym, it's catered towards celebrities training there. Like Justin Bieber trains there.
I think one of your subscribers yesterday was saying that. Yesterday said that they make for each other because he wants to be a celebrity wannabe. I'm talking about Garcia. And when we have a Goosen there, when it was training celebrities, it fits them both perfect.
Think so?
No, I don't think so. But I'm saying that one of your subscribers was saying that because they both want, because he trains Goosen's trains celebrities, and Garcia is a diva. They all fit well with each other.
Yeah. So here's what Joe Goosen had to say to Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype and the fine folks over there, Sean Patel, Ben Thompson, and the whole staff. He said, I quote, "I think Ryan's next fight against Taker will tell a big story." He then went on by saying, "I think there are plenty of guys at the very top that he could beat today." With that being said, that usually falls upon his management team and his promoter, and I kind of leave that to them. If they throw a name out there and throw an opponent, then I'll say, okay, if that's who you guys have picked and Rhino's okay with it, then we'll address that and we'll strategize and game plan for the particular opponent. Right now, it's foolish to be looking past the guy that we're going to be fighting next.
Good point.
I let the guys in management and team and promotion kind of direct the pathway, but I do believe we are ready for anybody. He then went on by saying, and this is a bold statement from Joe Goosen. He then went on by saying, I quote, "I've said it before, Ryan Garcia will remain undefeated his entire career. That's how good I think he is. I don't say that about many fighters, but I do about him. He's exceptional, highly exceptional." I'm chomping at the bit right now. I'm very excited. Ryan and I have had some contact, and we're both ready to work. That's awesome. I'm packed up, and I'm hitting the road tomorrow. And yeah, so they have a history. You know, they did work a little bit together when he was amateur a little bit. So
I'm going to disagree with him going undefeated. If we don't get his shit together, become more disciplined, and get his mental state of mind in a certain degree, and be disciplined in the boxing ring, he's going to get screwed up. The only way he stays undefeated is if he fights tomato cans. I'll be honest with you. Other than that,
we'll see. I mean,
I don't think he's going to go undefeated. No way.
No, I don't think so. But
no way.
Shout out to Doris. You know, shout out to Doris.
Doris, God bless you.
Out there on the ATL, she says, "Why did he switch trainers?" Doris, it's a long story.
Sweet, yeah.
But basically, to surmise what we just talked about, he's basically gonna be leaving Eddie Reynoso because he doesn't want to be confined to a training schedule. He wanted a gym to build his own brand. He kind of wanted to step outside the Canelo Reynoso shadow.
Independence.
Then also, I didn't even mention this point. Apparently, Teofimo Lopez it might be training with the Reynosos. And that could be another reason why he left, but he didn't say that. He said that basically he wanted his own space. He wanted to build his own brand, and that's what it is. So, you know, you know what? Look, you guys know I'm no Canelo fan at all. But one thing we can never take away from Canelo is that man works hard. Man trains his ass off, and he's disciplined inside that ring. Yeah. So, you know, if Ryan don't want to be around him, I think it's actually a poor reflection on Ryan.
Yeah, and I think it was a telling point for Canelo to come out on social media and call him out like he did. I mean, I'm quite sure he tried so many ways to try to convince his kid, say, listen, stay in the ring. You're gonna be a great fighter, but if you don't put the work in the ring, you're not gonna succeed. And knowing Ryan the way he is, no, I'm gonna do it my way. I think there's some videos out there where he wasn't even listening to Reynoso's when he was telling him how to punch.
But you know what? on a more optimistic note, you know, Reynoso don't speak no English, so
the
language barrier could be a reason why he switched too.
Okay, that could be it, but that still doesn't mean that he can't. I mean, because there was Frank Sanchez in the gym. He spoke Cuban. He spoke English. There was other fighters.
Frank Sanchez?
Yeah,
Frank Sanchez don't speak no damn English. I heard Frank Sanchez speak a lick of English.
You know,
never.
I'm just saying. Well, whatever. one of the fighters in there, somebody that spoke.
Oscar Valdez and Canelo speak English.
There you go. So he had time. So don't give me that. Oh, because I don't understand what you're saying. No, you don't understand it with somebody. It's like a parent giving this one to their child. If you give them a long rope to take and they hang themselves and do whatever they want, it's okay. But when you start pulling and tying that rope and you don't like what they're telling you, now you want to run away. And that's how I see. That's how I see Garcia. He's very undisciplined, and if he don't get it together, he's gonna get defeated.
Yeah. Who do you think will beat him at 135?
135?
Yeah. I mean, Luke Campbell took it to some deep, dark, uncomfortable places. But what do you think about who do you think gives Ryan Garcia that first L?
135 right now.
135. Who do you think? Who has the best chance right now?
This Lomachenko, right? Who's there?
I think you'll beat Tank.
Him?
I think Ryan will beat Tank.
Probably could.
And I don't even like Ryan.
But I think Tank, that'd be an interesting fight. But if he's not disciplined in that ring and doing what he's supposed to do, I don't think he'll be Tank.
Yeah. Now look, here we go, Pops. The questions are gonna start rolling in. By the way, shout out to my man Diego, one of the only Canelo fans in the world that I have any tolerance for. Shout out to my guy Diego. He says, my man BT, shout out to you, Diego. Hope all is well. Make sure, Diego, you don't be too hard on yourself, champ. All right.
Yeah, God bless.
Let me see.
Hit that like button if you haven't.
BT, what do you weigh? 140? I haven't weighed myself in a little bit of time, but I know the last time I weighed myself, I was like 139, 138-ish, and I've been eating a lot of junk for my birthday, so I probably am about 140 right now. You know, I'd be if I was boxing, I'd probably be a 26 pounder. I would go down to 126. You know, Ryan Garcia with Smoke Tank. I think he'll beat him. And Doris, I know Doris don't like that because Doris is a big Tank fan. Yeah. Doris is a big Tank fan, so she
likes Tank. Yeah. Doris, you might be right though, because I'm saying I'm picking Tank if Garcia does not stay disciplined and get inside that ring.
I think if they're both the best,
if he has all those distractions beside him, I don't think he'll be able to. I think Tank will beat him because Tank will stay in his training.
I just want to see Tank fight some 35 pounders, man.
Real people.
He ain't fight no 35 pounders.
He better do something.
Listen,
his time is coming up because a lot of people coming up.
Hold on. Doris, you gotta show love to Doris. Doris,
thank you, Doris.
Doris says, super chatted again. Like I say all the time, you guys know when the super chats come out, so does Don King. So Don King, talk to Doris and the lovely people, the lovely viewers of True School Sports. Talk to him, Don.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. Thank you, Doris. And freaking Diego's not making Diego not being shy at all. He said Doris is bad.
Yeah, God bless you. Doris know what time it is. God bless her.
Garcia is not known outside of America. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, even if he isn't known outside of America, the thing I can tell you about Ryan Garcia is that people who don't know shit about boxing know who he is. And in America, that's a big accomplishment. For people who don't normally watch boxing to know who you are, it's a big deal. Well, like these celebrities know who he is.
It's like a platform he got, Brendan, though. That's social media. That's why he's so big too. The fight with Garcia that I really wanted to go see, that I wish he would have fought, and he called him out earlier this year. Was the Bull, Pitbull Cruz. I really wanted to see that fight. I'm not saying. I
don't know why you thought that he was asking to fight him.
That's what I really wanted to see fight. Unfortunately,
the dude wouldn't even fight for Tuna, and you thought he was gonna fuck around and fight Pitbull Cruz.
He called them out, and I was so excited about it.
No, man. No.
Yeah.
Punch Smollett says, "Hey guys, is Lomachenko fight a done deal?" No, it's not. No. Listen, guys, I try to tell you guys, and I'm going to continue to tell you this. Anything reported by Michael Coppinger, please take it with a grain of salt. And then anything in regards to the Cambodia situation, please take it with a grain of salt, because I've already told you guys, and Robert Garcia has already told you guys, that they're trying to make Ryan Garcia fight George Kambosos Jr. And if you guys connect the dots, I'm going to keep saying this as many times as possible whenever this subject comes up, because I understand that sometimes people don't watch all my videos, they don't watch all the lives. Emmanuel Ortega, who's Ryan Garcia's next opponent on April 9th, he is managed by Peter Khan and he's promoted by Lou DiBella. and he's getting the fight with Ryan Garcia because George Kambosos Jr. is also managed by Peter Khan and Lou DiBella. So it's a fight that leads to a bigger fight down the road.
Yeah.
And once you understand these things, you don't take everything that's being said between Haney and Hearn and Coppinger, with all that much seriousness. Until you guys see the official fight poster with the date, the venue, the time, and the network, don't believe nothing you hear.
And both signed? Both contracts signed?
Yeah, because so far what's been reported is that Lomachenko's only signed this contract, which means that George has to sign this contract, and the big equation in this is George, because George is the A side. Right. George is the guy that's bringing in the numbers. George Kambosos Jr. is the one that holds the chips, that holds the belt. It's like they have the golden rule, and the golden rule is he who has the gold makes the mother rules. So that's where we at.
Hit that like button, guys. Please hit that like button. What are you doing? Please.
MAW says, "What is your thoughts on Rolly versus Tank?" I'm gassed for that fight.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I think it's a much better fight than people realize. We saw in the last fight with Tank, as even though he won and he showed some grit and some tenacity to get to the fight with a messed up hand. We give him props for that, doing that against a guy like Pitbull Cruz. But we saw vulnerabilities in Tank, and I was saying even before the Pitbull Cruz fight, I think the Rolly fight is gonna be a tough fight for Tank, tougher than most people realize. And you guys don't gotta worry. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna be there in the building. We team Rolly, the Rolly era.
Do you think Michelle Rivera can beat Tank or Garcia at this point in his stature?
Or Tank and who else?
Garcia,
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah. I'm talking about a guy who looks like Muhammad Ali.
The Dominican, Michelle Rivera.
Very talented guy.
Michelle Rivera.
Interview on True School Sports.
Michelle Rivera is a very talented fighter. I would personally like to see him get 2 fights before he fights either one of those two.
Yeah.
But Michelle Rivera got one of the best jabs in the 135 division.
And he's coming.
He's coming. No need to rush. He'll be there, and when he gets there, he'll get there. But a lot's going on in boxing. That the whole George Kambosos thing, people are getting gassed about that. They're saying, "Oh my God, it's officially official." I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Until you hear George say anything about it, it's not anything. So wait till George announces it. George could just be still. He might have a Lomachenko contract, but who's to say he's not working out a backroom deal with Ryan or some other opponent? You just never know. Boxing's a crazy sport. Things happen at the 11th hour all the time in boxing. So don't take all these reports as the fight's official. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up being let down.
BT was telling me, we've seen it throughout this year. Anytime there's a great fight being made, all of a sudden the fighter becomes get COVID and then get a replacement. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, and with COVID, right? With COVID, don't be surprised if 2 or 3 weeks before the Tego fight, or a month before the Tego fight, if Tego randomly gets COVID, and then Ryan's, and then you hear about the George Kambosos Jr. fight happening in June, all that types of shit can happen.
Yeah.
With COVID and with the way boxing is.
So keep an open mind.
Just keep an open mind until you see the actual poster with the network, venue, date, time. I would just take everything with a grain of salt you hear right now, because it really is a crock of malarkey. Hyro says, shout out to Hyro, one of my favorite subscribers and a really great friend of mine. He says, Rolando beat undefeated Jackson Marinez. He's one of the 5 kings in the lightweight division. He got a fine ass sister. Man, that performance against Anthony Yiggett was amazing. Yeah, Hyro was hopped on the Rolly bandwagon.
Yeah,
full steam ahead.
Yeah, is that because of his sister?
I guess so.
You were part of the family?
I guess
we'll
so.
Be in touch with you. Stay
tuned. Shout out to
Mr.
Shelton. It's good to see you, champ. Yeah. I only care about Valdez versus Shakur and Cholatita versus Martinez. Both great fights. Those are great fights.
Yeah.
And those are great fights. But honestly, look, we're still in February, so the fight that I care about the most is this weekend. The biggest fight in boxing between Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. And if you guys say it's not the biggest fight in boxing, then riddle me this. How many fights do you guys know in boxing that could sell out in 6 minutes?
That is so crazy.
How many fights do you guys know that could sell out in 6 minutes?
Do they have a rematch clause for Brendan? That means he's gonna have another
there's only a rematch clause if Amir Khan loses, but if Kell Brook loses, there's no rematch clause.
So that's kind of messed up. That's the same thing with the TOP.
Amir Khan's the A side.
Lomachenko did at the TOP.
Amir Khan's the A side. He is.
Okay,
I'm telling you, he is.
He's gonna get knocked out.
I'm a Kell Brook fan.
He's gonna get knocked out the room. He's gonna get a lot of these brownies. That's what you're gonna get.
I'm picking. I'm rooting for Kell Brook to win the fight, but
6 minutes. That's a record.
Like 6 or 7 minutes.
Is that a record ever?
I don't know if it's a record, but it's one of the. It's one of the
UK.
It's one of the greatest selling fights ever in the UK. And honestly, I feel like this fight could have been in a soccer stadium. Maybe not Wembley, but they could have had it like in London or something at the a 40 or 50,000 seat stadium. And I think it would have sold out just the same. God.
Yeah.
But they're doing the thing.
I don't think Eddie Hearn's not going to be that big of a fight, but I think it's going to be bigger than what they thought when they sold it like that.
Yeah. Brook versus Conor is a waste fight. I mean, everybody says that, but
it's an old story, an old book.
I'm gassed. I'm gassed for that fight.
But the last chapter has been closed, so we have to see the last.
That fight, I'm extremely excited for, and then the fight the following week, which I'm really really excited for, is Gary Antoine Russell versus Victor the Iceman Postal. That's a fucking crazy fight.
Yeah, I mean,
amazing fight.
I like Postal, but I think Russell's coming with a sense of purpose.
If Gary Antoine Russell stopped Victor Postal, a star is born, because he never been stopped. He's been in there with the best. He's been in there with Crawford, Ramirez, Taylor,
you name it.
Matisse.
Yeah, but Postal's an old guy too.
I mean, his last fight was against Ramirez. I thought he beat Ramirez.
Postal?
He boxed the shit out of Ramirez. I thought he beat
my boy Ramirez.
He boxed the shit out of Ramirez. We were live. I remember you. I was telling you, Alex, man, Victor Postal's turning back the clock on this fool.
Yeah, man, we hate when he talks from the time because it comes out true.
Cyrus Bracken says Rolly is forever. Absolutely, Team Rolly, the Rolly era.
I love him. He's a real American.
I'm looking forward to getting back to Vegas because I'm pretty sure. I'm like 10,000% sure me and Rolly gonna cross paths. So
he said he said when he was working up everything with his dad and everything, and then when interviewing Fight Hype, he was saying, he says, I'm not quitting until I get that Tank fight. I want that Tank fight. So he really wants to get that Tank fight. Honestly, I think Tank needs to step up. Who's Tank gonna fight now? He needs to do something because there's people coming behind him. He better do something. I'm telling you right now, he can't be in witness protection for so long.
Dendata says, is he still signed with Top Rank? I don't know what his promotional situation is, but his next fight is on the PBC, is on the Showtime platform. So, it is what it is. Hyro says that Rolly has the best coach, and he's referring to Cromwell Gordon, the black dude. Yeah. They call him Bullet Boxing. Yeah. You know what he did? I don't know if you know this, but this guy is a revolutionary. You know what he did? This guy, Bullet Boxing, he combined boxing, karate, and street fighting all in one. And that's what Rolly's style is. It's karate, boxing, and street fighting all in one. You know, right?
No. Is it working?
He's 13-0, right? Or whatever he is, 13-0. He in big fights, right?
Yeah.
So clearly he's doing something right. Shield XAce99 says Shields versus Savannah Marshall will be better. That'll be a good fight, but we going with Brook Calm.
I got Marshall in that fight too.
Hyro says Kell Brook needs to be a man and come out. Yeah, because there's all these rumors.
Oh, come on.
There's all these rumors that they say Kell Brook is gay. Because like years ago,
isn't he married?
Years ago he got stabbed in the leg.
Yeah, don't tell me it was because
they think it was because I think he got stabbed at a gym or somewhere. They say that it was because he was trying to fill some guy up and the guy stabbed him. It's been a rumor for years.
Please.
So a lot of people in boxing say that Kell Brooks is bad for the other team. I mean, it's not my
good luck business, whatever it is, but I don't.
But that's what I was referring to.
I know that's just theory. Nobody really has facts on that.
Have you guys seen the Russian Fight League where the dudes fight in an actual phone booth? No, I haven't. But I did see the other day. I did see they have a professional pillow fighting. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah. I said, what is coming to?
They got the professional pillow fighting league. I saw one dude hit the guy with the pillow and he got mad. He got the pillow, started swinging on him.
Yeah.
He started swinging.
Crazy. What are you talking about? On the phone booth?
Yeah, they actually fight in the phone booth. They get in the phone booth and they go and they duke it out.
Oh,
hold on, I want to see that. Hold on. Let's pull that up right now. I want to see that. And you guys smash that like button. We'll get back to boxing in a second. There's other things I want to talk about in boxing too, but I want to see that. The Russian.
You don't got no room in the phone booth to do anything.
Russian Fighting League. Yeah. Phone booth. I want to see this. I want to see what this is about.
You don't have no room to fight.
Oh, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, you have no room to fight.
Hold on. Let's go to screen share.
Hell no.
Hyro says, Pops, can you guys go live for a boxing card on Thursday? What card is it, Hyro? Let me know. We'll see what we can do. But look, we're gonna go to screen share because I never seen this. I want to see what this is all about. This Russian
there's no room to fight.
I like this. Let me see.
Why would you fight in a phone booth? Because you really need to make a call.
And you
live in 1983 and haven't gotten cell phone yet.
Thanks to that madman that is John Nutt. This one takes place. This one.
We really banged our heads against the walls to come up with.
Oh snap! Look at this.
That's what I tell you.
This shit is crazy.
You got no room.
After many trials and failures, we arrived at the perfect rule set to complement this ode to anti-social distancing.
Anti-social distancing. Oh, I've seen it all now.
Burmese bare knuckle boxing with headbutts. In the closest close quarters combat in a British quarter closet.
Hell no.
I like this.
Man, you got no breathing room.
You gotta really know how to fight to be in there.
Violence in a small space.
How popular is this? This can't be popular. It's a joke, I think.
Nah, they really got this. So hey, that's
Lord. Thank you, ordinary people. Put it on
that's a UK phone box. They're literally in a UK phone box.
What are they gonna come with next? I've not seen it all.
Let me see.
Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. Thank you so much.
BT was the kid who stuck a Hot Wheel in the pillowcase during pillow fights. Listen, by any means necessary, by any means, we do what it took, man. I remember one time I used to stick they used to have like these me and my friend one time we were pillow fighting. Alex Verso. Yeah, we were pillow fighting. We used to have the Pokemon balls, the toys. Yeah, I used to stick Pokemon balls on both sides of the pillow, and I used to fucking swing the pillow, bang, bang. So
you ready?
And I'll have one on both sides.
So you say you ready for pillow ball boxing?
Yeah. So I would have one of those, and they're hard. They're like the Pokemon
I know what
balls.
you're talking about, yeah.
So you put a Pokemon ball on the left side of the pillow, and a Pokemon ball on the right side of the pillow, and you kind of just like do this. So that way, when you clip him in the face, every time he gets hit with a Pokemon.
You're not gonna make him hit hard. Yeah, you're winning.
I'll beat the shit out of him. Yeah. Spencer Charlo can't duck anyone with that kind of ring. No, they can't. I want to see that. Could you imagine seeing Charlatita versus Martinez in that?
That's crazy.
Hyro says, Pops, do you see the tag team boxing? I heard about that. I heard they were gonna do that in the Zab Judah Celebrity Championship boxing, but I didn't actually get a chance to watch the pay-per-view. But people, listen, man, boxing's having a hard time selling, so people are thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
To try to sell these pay-per-views because regular boxing ain't
doing it right now.
Ain't doing it. MAW says BT is the Tyson Fury of pillow fighting. Hey, by any means, Chan, we get it. We get it how he live. We get it how he live. Yeah, because they say Tyson Fury loaded the gloves and he put the egg weights. Yeah. So I was literally putting Pokemon balls in my pillows and smacking the shit out of my friends with it.
He was tall too, wasn't he?
He was tall, big. He's a big ass kid. So
I remember that.
I had to do something. We had to hit him with something.
Yeah.
BT was like, CTE, Alex chooses you. Yeah, we gave him all the CTE. Why does Tio not like claiming Broward County? I can't figure it out. You know what, champ? I don't know. When I interviewed him, I don't know if you see my interview with him, but I asked him, why about being from South Florida, because, he always markets himself as a guy from Brooklyn, when I know, and anybody who really knows him knows that he grew up in South Florida gyms. I mean, look, all of his friends, like all the guys he's cool with are from South Florida. Like he did an interview on LA Setback's channel yesterday with the wide receiver from the Jets, Elijah Moore. Okay. Elijah Moore from South Florida.
Hello.
That's how he knows him.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like,
I think a lot of it has to do with his dad. He's
you know what? But I'll tell you this. He got knocked out against George Kambosos because he's not from, because if he was from South Florida, that would have never happened. South Florida TFM wouldn't have lost to Kambosos. But the TFM that's from Brooklyn lost. So it is what it is.
No, we joking.
Nobody. The T.O. ain't from Brooklyn, man. T.O. from Davey Powell. Yeah. He went to. You can go on. You guys can go look up articles from when TFM was an amateur in the Sun Sentinel when he's a little ass kid at the amateur tournaments in Florida. He's a Florida boy. Just like I'm a Florida boy. Yep. South Florida boy.
Hit that like button.
Davey Powell, stand up. Shout out to you, Cyrus.
Hit that like button, please. If you haven't, thank you so much.
Because Brooklyn had Mike Tyson and company. Yeah, but that's all played out. So played out. And they all get knocked out. The only fighter from Brooklyn.
Look what happened to Jacobs this past weekend.
Look at Jacobs, man. Look at Tyson. Best fighter from Brooklyn was probably, I'm biased as hell, but the best fighter from Brooklyn was Riddick Bowe. Triad combat is kind of popular. I can't even pull it out to get in the triangular ring. Oh yeah, that triad. Have you heard of triad combat? Have you heard about it? It's so basically triad combat it's a triangular ring, and it's boxers versus MMA fighters with hybrid rules. So MMA fighters can take down boxers, but boxers can throw elbows. So like they had it. It
actually exists.
It actually exists. Yeah, triad combat. Like Like Kubrat Pulev, he had a knockout that went viral. You know Frank Mir, the MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Kubrat Pulev fought Frank Mir. He knocked the fuck out of Frank Mir.
Recently?
Recently, like within the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I remember they were fighting.
He destroyed Frank Mir.
Oh my lord.
Kubrat Pulev is the GOAT of a triad combat.
Oh my.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Howard, when's the next combat triad? I want to watch that.
You're gonna watch that shit?
I want to watch that. If it doesn't conflict with another card, I want to watch that. People get stuck in the pocket and fight. Yeah, you can't run it because it's a triangle. It's a freaking triangle. You can't run in the ring. Shout out to you, Gregory. I hope we're doing good. Shout out to you.
Shout out. So if you step out the ring like your Fortison, you lose.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
If they don't claim you when they're up, don't claim them when you're down.
Amen.
Well, listen, I claim I still listen. CFM was still a soft Florida boy. When I make the jokes about him getting knocked out or him getting dropped and losing because he's from Brooklyn, that's just a joke. He's still from Broward County.
We're a big supporter on this channel. Him, we call it the way we call it. His dad's come on several times here, and same with him.
And who knows, man? Maybe we'll run into him in Vegas if he's there. You see, Frank Mir should have retired 3 fights ago. Yeah, but he listen. Kubrat Pulev destroyed him. Have you seen that video of Adrian Broner cooking oodles and noodles in the hotel room? That video is ridiculous to me, bro. I haven't seen it. But
oodles and noodles.
Yeah. Adrian Broner's wild. He apparently he's doing OnlyFans now. Yeah, he's doing OnlyFans.
This man on the way he was. I pray for him too. You know what? I would love to see him fight. What would I say? Adrian Broner was
Conor Ben.
Yeah.
We still want to see that fight.
That will sell out real good.
Yeah, but there's still a lot going on in boxing. We appreciate everyone that's here, but I wanted to get into something else because I know this is a fight that I'm very, very excited for. Now, you can, April 9th, they were talking about this fight being on the Fundura Lubin undercard, but Jaron Ennis and Castillo Clayton have been ordered for a March 1st purse bid. Yeah. They might not go to it because it's for an eliminator, but it looks like this is the next fight that's going to come off. Now, Castillo Clayton has been a highly ranked fighter in the welterweight division for a long, long time. Castillo Clayton is one of the most underrated welterweights out there, one of the best jabs out there from Canada. This has a chance to be Jaron Ennis' toughest fight to date. And this is a fight where I really feel like we're going to learn a lot about Jaron Ennis.
Is Clayton ranked? What is he? How good is he?
Like number 1, number 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Clayton fought Lipinich.
Oh wow!
We watched the fight.
Yeah.
We were live for it.
Yeah.
They had a draw. I thought Clayton won the fight. They didn't give it to him.
Right.
But
wow.
Yeah.
So I think Kufami. I mean, he got a good fight. He's being tested by him, but so doesn't Virgil Ortiz with
McKinson.
Yeah, McKinson. I've been hearing too much about that kind of scares me.
No, Clayton is no slouch. Anybody who knows boxing knows Castillo Clayton is not no slouch. Pulev is fighting South Florida's very own Junior Dos Santos. Oh man, boy, I don't know about MMA, so I don't know if he's South Florida's very own. Now, Punching Bag wants to know. Gregory Towns wants to know: is Jaron Ennis overrated? I
don't think people. But it is. He is talented, and skillful. People just don't. One of the biggest questions we have: can he go past 8 rounds or whatever the case it is? But
a little bit. I'm gonna say a little bit. I'm gonna say he is a little bit overrated. And I'm actually guilty of being one of the people that may overrate him a little bit, Jaron Ennis. He's an incredibly skilled fighter. I think he'll be a fighter that definitely wins a world title at some point in his career. But it's not really something we can truthfully answer until probably this Castillo. When he fights Castillo Clayton, we'll have a better answer. Yeah. But I would say, like, when people say, like, in a weird way, like, I do kind of, like, I agree with Porter. I just don't agree with him because he don't want to fight Ennis. Right. If he's going to say these things, he should be willing to fight him. Yeah,
he's done with boxing.
No, bullshit. Because when he was active, he said he didn't want to fight him. And then he literally said, and now he want to come on and say he's overrated. So you can't do double talking. You can't do double talking. Yeah. But in a way, though, like, you can't say, because everybody says Ennis would do this to Crawford, Ennis would do that to Crawford. He would do that. He would do that to this guy. He would do that to this guy. We don't know until he really steps up. And I like Ennis. Yeah. I'm a huge Ennis fan. And this is what Hyro says. Yeah. Hyro always goes with this. He says Jaron Ennis beat the crap out of Sergey Lipinets, and Crawford didn't want to fight Sergey Lipinets. Dude, Hyro. Sergey Lipinets, you go on and on about the Sergey Lipinets bullshit, man. Sergey Lipinets.
Crawford will beat the boots out of Boots Ennis. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, you think Terrence Crawford will beat the crap out of Ennis right now?
Damn right.
Why?
What you mean why?
Oh, why?
Experience the way he will whip the shit out of don't tell me no shit about goddamn Boots. Boots, he will beat the boots out of Boots.
He'll knock Boots out of his boots?
He will beat the boots out of him. I'm telling you right now.
Blair the Flair Cobbs, baby. He wants that work.
Oh, yeah, Blair the Flair.
And you know what? So you guys have been bringing up Blair the Flair Cobbs a lot. So you know what? We're gonna do some we're gonna do some advertising on the channel because everybody keeps talking about the Boxing Boys interview. You guys got we're gonna rewatch the True School Sports interview of Blair. Because I was before the Boxing Boys.
Way before then.
And it was here it is. Blair Cobbs. You can box, but can you fucking fight?
Yeah,
Blair Cobbs sends word to Terrence Crawford and Jerron. So we're gonna watch this, all right? And if you haven't watched it already, you go ahead and you watch it. But Blair Cobbs had a lot to say about these guys. I have to listen. I think Blair should get a chance because Blair is entertaining. Blair can punch.
And he's willing to call
Blair is a little bit chinny, so he's vulnerable. He makes for exciting fights.
He brings excitement to boxing too. That's what I like about him.
So I would like to see him fight. And if Ennis can get past Clayton, and they don't want to put Ennis in there with like a Crawford or anybody like that, then I want to see him versus Blair Cobbs next.
And
Make it happen.
He's not afraid of anybody either.
Yeah, I agree with this. Jerron Ennis was freaking a gargoyle compared to Lipinets. He was huge compared to Lipinets. Big. Did you see how big he was compared to Lipinets, Joe Boots?
No.
He was huge, absolutely huge. But
you put it on?
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna watch this Blair Cobbs interview, man, because
this came out
he had a whole lot to say. This back in December when I was in Vegas. Look, here's Blair Cobbs. He had a whole lot to say. I'm gonna fast forward to the part where he talked about Crawford and Boots because look, here he is.
People don't really know exactly what I'm capable of. I've been very, very good at hiding it and deceiving people, and that's why people are taking these fights and losing. I've been a big underdog for multiple fights already, and built my reputation.
No, absolutely. I know you've already showed a willingness to want to fight the best. Like I know you wanted to. I know you were talking about fighting Terrence Crawford during the pandemic. You said he wasn't that talented. Is that what you said? Right? You said.
Hey.
He had a girl with him.
There's some flaws in Terrence Crawford's game, and like I know it. I know a lot about Terrence Crawford. If he signed the contract right now, he would lose the moment he signed the contract. That would be the loss. The loss would be before the fight even got started. But I look at him and I see that he's doing wonderful, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
So Blair wants that Crawford fight. He wants that Crawford fight.
Also, I know you got those Philadelphia ties.
Here he is talking about Boots.
Boots' last fight, you ran up on him. How you feel about that one? Because nobody seems to, at least they say, nobody wants to fight Jerron Ennis. You seem to be one of the guys. Nobody wants to fight Jerron Ennis, but probably somebody that might know him a little bit more than most people. Blair the Flair been around before Boots Ennis in Philadelphia, and
Tell him, Blair.
Even in the progression of Boots Ennis. I like his style. I like things that he do, and of course, Blair the Flair thinks that he's the best. It's all about challenging yourself and who's going to be the best. I'm not afraid to put my O on the record, but people like that gets up into the rankings, babysitted, and never really been tested.
He said babysitted.
There's the levels to this game.
Tell him.
And the levels is that it's either when shit hits the fan, who's used to it? Who's used to the hell? Blair the Flair's been there. Been there and did it. Absolutely. You can box, but can you fucking fight? And that's how it is. Okay. And I wanted to ask about the two welterweights in the Golden Boy stable. I know you had Virgil Ortiz and Rashid Ellis. Would you be interested in fighting those guys as well? Absolutely. They're great athletes.
He wants to fight the Golden Boy welterweight as well.
So it's got to be a big attraction. It's got to bring home a lot of big money, big attraction, and big views. If it brings that, then I'm willing to get it on. Why not? Knock off one of the young fighters and go ahead and move on about my business. It's not like I haven't done it already. We already fought young undefeated fighters that was supposed to be on the top tier level. We already done it, so I already been there. And these young fighters haven't been tested yet. What happens when Blair the Flair gets in there? The great one. The great one. Absolutely. I guess I don't want to hold you too much longer, Blair, but before I let you go, is there any message you want to give to the boxing world about your career and what you got moving forward? Absolutely. Blair the Flair is coming to an ass whooping near you. You can check me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Blair. For more exciting content, BlairTheFlair.com. Woo! Nobody does it better, baby.
All
like him. I like him.
There you go. So Blair, he's been vocal.
Like yeah.
He's been vocal about wanting to fight these guys. And
yeah.
You know, let's take a quick look at Blair's. Let's just go to Blair's career a little bit. You know, because I've had a chance. I watched the first. Now, Pops, I'm gonna tell you a story. The first time I found out who Blair Cobbs was in 2016. I had just got back home from a long shift at Antonio's Pizza. Right. Went on Instagram one day and I saw Devin Haney was live sparring some cocky southpaw. Right. And the southpaw was schooling the shit out of Devin Haney. Devin was getting frustrated. It's on YouTube. You guys can watch it. Devin was getting schooled by Blair Cobbs, and that's when I found out who Blair Cobbs was. But I mean, just looking at his resume, there's not like big names here. I mean, we'll screen share. Shout out to everybody here, by the way. But you know, there's not like big names. I mean, the biggest name on his resume so far would be a faded veteran in Brad Solomon, who's also fought Virgil Ortiz. He knocked him out in 5 rounds. Wow. So that's a good win. Yeah, Solomon was once a very solid guy. Right. At this stage of his career, he's more of an opponent, just a warm body they use for the upcoming fighters. Touch-up fight. You know, this is a fight where he really got tested against Esteban Villalobos, tough Mexican fighter who was undefeated at the time. Blair got hurt in that fight, you know, and had to come back and beat him, and he won the NABF junior welterweight title. So that was a good win for him. He hasn't really had a ton of like big people as far as names, but I've been watching these fights of Blair. And these opponents he's been having, they've been coming to win. They've been like solid tests, you know. Right. So
I like him because he's not afraid to fight anybody.
Yeah, you know, MAW, and he's a big fan. Blair the Flair coming to an ass whooping near you. You damn right.
Woo!
Yeah, and listen, it's music to our ears. Like a lot of times in boxing, we hear about money, purse splits, Instagram followers, who's this, who's that. Yeah. But we don't get a chance to hear a fighter say things like, you know, I'm not afraid to put my O on the line. That's what we used to hear Keith Thurman say. Yeah. When Keith Thurman was at the top of his powers, at the peak of his powers, he used to always say, "I've got an O, and I'm not afraid to let it go. I remember that. If you can beat me, beat me. My mama used to beat my ass. My daddy used to beat my ass. Can you beat my ass? You know, he used to say things like that. Yeah. But it's refreshing to hear. I don't want to say young fighter because Blair isn't young, but a fighter who's on the come up, who has the undefeated record. Not want to sit in his O and try to see
and he's been around
how good he is against the guys like Boots Ennis, against the guys like Virgil Ortiz, against the guys like Rashidi Ellis. And it's crazy, man. I think
the thing about it is like he says, a lot of times boxers want like he said, they want to babysit all these stars or upcoming stars and they forget about the guy on the bottom that actually to contest these guys. And he's willing to do that. He said, I don't care. Take my do what you got to do. Just come and bring it. I'll take it either way. As long as if I get beat by Ennis, or I get beat by Crawford, or I get beat by whoever, I'm okay with it.
Dandada says, ain't B-Hop the one who rides behind him? He's a Philly boy. I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, that would be the only reason I think Blair would be signed to Golden Boy Promotions. Blair's actually part Mexican. I don't know if you know that. No, I didn't know. But if you look at Blair Cobbs, like early in his career, like Blair Cobbs, he had a couple fights in Mexico early in his career. Of course. Like, so, you know, he is part Mexican, but most people don't know that. But
God bless him.
God bless him. Shout out to my man Musa out there in Oldbury, UK.
What's up, Musa? God bless you and your family.
Hope you're doing good. God bless you, your wife, and
good
your
to hear from him.
Hope you're doing good. He said, "What's up, guys? We're good, man. Just talking boxing, keeping things going, keeping things afloat. How you doing?" David Morrell will beat Demetrius Andrade. Adios versus Morrell is a great fight. I'm glad Lennox Allen got his bitch ass battered.
Yeah, Morrell called out who he called? He called Andre. He called out.
Wait, hold on. Did he call out Andre? Because look, I got
an article or something.
Because I like shout out to him. H Money's been blowing up my damn inbox today. H Money, he's been blowing up my damn inbox today, talking about Demetrius Andrade talking David Morrell Jr.
I like shout out to
David Morrell will knock Demetrius Andrade out. You know, so I gotta see. Did David Morrell actually call him out?
He called out a couple, 3 fighters. He called.
I want to see this for myself because
you see what news out. See what comes out.
By the way, shout out to you guys here. Hit that like button and definitely subscribe and super chat if you like the channel. When did he call out Andre?
I seen it.
He better stop. He better stop. That's not what he wants in his life right now. He may want a lot of things. He don't want no Andre in his life.
He called out three fighters. Honestly.
He may have called out John Ryder, but he didn't call no.
He called Ryder. He called Andre Ryder. There was somebody else.
Where?
I just seen it on. I don't know if it was Instagram or somewhere.
If someone can find me where Darren Morrell called out Demetrius Andrade, could you let me know? Because I've been H Money, Mr. The Zone, love the guy. He's right. But he's been blowing my lineup all day today about.
Let me see if I can go. I'm gonna go to Instagram see if I see it.
Gregory Towns, punching bag. He says, "Did Benavidez demand $7 million to fight Andrade? If he did, he's scared." His manager did.
Yeah.
His manager did an interview with the Boxing Voice yesterday, and he stated that they would need not just Greg, not just $7 million. They would need $7 million just to start talking. They said they would need more than $7 million to fight Andrade. $7 million is just to know that they want to start talking, to start negotiating the fight. So it's getting ridiculous. Like you know, I thought that, you know, I think Benavidez will fight Andrade, but there's always been this disconnect between him and his manager because back in January 2020, before Canelo was even at 168, when Caleb Plant had a belt and they were talking about making a unification fight between Benavidez and Plant, his manager came out and said no, he needs more time, and then the fight never happened because of the manager. So, you know, that manager of his has to, you know, Samson Boxing, he on that straight BS, you know. But it is what it is, man. You know, these guys will say everything under the sun. They'll say he's boring. They'll say he's trash. They'll say he don't sell tickets. They'll say everything under the sun except I can beat you or let's fight. And even when you get a guy, who says he will fight him, his manager ain't saying that. So, you know, it is what it is. MAW says Samson sucks. Benavidez needs to drop his ass.
Yeah, should. I mean,
Morrell called out Benavidez too. Yeah, Morrell.
Yeah, he called out Benavidez.
I want to see what he called out Andrade because
he did. I just can't find the article right now. I was reading it earlier.
Of course, because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. He don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. These guys want to fight Demetrius Andrade until it actually might wind up becoming a reality. It's all fun and games until he comes around. Now, what you call Oscar Rivas versus? Hey, Jairo, did you see Oscar Rivas and Evgeny Romanov agreed to a fight? So, you know, Bridgerweight division about to heat up. Mr. Palmero Jr. undefeated, overinflated records, the way overrated like Floyd Mayweather Jr. There is no money team. It's just him. Never unified any weight class. So 49-0 is what it is. The Conor fight was exhibition. So you're saying Floyd Mayweather isn't a great fighter? It's not even true. Floyd is a hell of a fighter. I mean, yeah, he did certain things in his career that, you know, we don't agree with, but to discredit him as not being a great fighter would just be disingenuous. Yeah, look, Hyro, I'm gonna show you. So I know a lot of people may not care, but I gotta show Hyro this. Hyro, look, it's on Boxing Scene. Oscar Rivas and Evgeny Romanov agreed to a fight. They've actually avoided a purse bid, so I don't know if there's a date, but you know, it looks like Yvonne Michelle, all parties involved, they're gonna make the fight happen. So Oscar Rivas is gonna try to defend his very prestigious and illustrious WBC Bridgerweight title, which he's the first ever Bridgerweight champion ever, and he'll be taking on Evgeny Romanov, the same Evgeny Romanov who was very famous for knocking out Deontay Wilder in the amateurs, beating the shit out of him, you know? So
yeah, I can't find it.
Get ready for it. Jeez. He also said they offered Canelo way more than $45 million for the Benavidez fight. I saw that. Apparently, Samson Boxing said they offered Canelo more than like $50 million or something like that.
Is he just saying that? Is he actually factual? That's just talk.
I think he's full of shit, and everything that's coming out of his mouth is him just posturing.
For him to come out and ask.
Samson Boxing better hope I never run into him.
Yeah, because let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm giving a warning out there. I'm giving one warning and one warning only. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be in San Diego for the Cholatito fight with Martinez. Now I do know that Diego Pacheco, who's fighting on the card, he's a friend of the channel. Yeah, he did start training with the Benavidez team. Okay. And the Benavidez team will be there. So maybe if the Benavidez team is there, then Samson will be there. So I'm giving a warning right now. If we see Samson, and you can tell Samson I said this, if we see Samson, he's getting pressed on the spot. Yeah, I mean, True School is pressing him on the spot.
Come out with that outlandish $7 million, and then he says he wants more than the Canelo fight. He's out there. He's out. I don't know where he's at.
He's taking that. What was that thing that Wilder was taking?
Whatever.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
You know, he on the ayahuasca like Deontay Wilder.
Because for him to even say that, it's crazy. If I was, I don't know if Benavidez, I'd have to go ahead and say, listen, you messed up the Caleb Plant fight. Don't mess this one up for me.
I mean, why fight Benavidez? Why fight Andrew when you could fight? You know,
it's crazy.
the number 15 ranked guy, and then you can go in the media and just after you knock these guys out, and you say, I'm a great fighter. I want to fight all these guys. He's a fucking pussy. I put him in the hospital. Like that's just getting old. At some point in time, like I like Benavidez' mindset, but at some point in time, Benavidez got to go in there and prove that he's a real one. You can't just go in there and just.
If he wants to fight the fighters and his manager's being anal, then you got to do something about the manager. You got to confront him or say something. What are you gonna do? No, I would confront him. I would tell him.
You could confront him. It don't mean you won't get the fights.
Then I mean, why sign with somebody that's not going to give you the fights?
Well, because when you sign with the manager, you don't think that that's gonna happen. You think the manager is gonna actually go and get you the best fights possible.
Twice, 2 times in a row. Jeez, think about it.
So it is what it is, man. But let me see. Rolly Amir warns Gervonta Davis not to pull out. Yeah.
He playing.
Don't duck him, Tank. Yeah. Don't duck Rolly Amir.
Because I got that Chris Cobo's fighting. He didn't impress me at all. I seen his interview today.
You watched him? Oh, so you going by interviews now?
Yeah, I just don't like what.
Whoa, he gotta be loud and boisterous.
No, I just didn't get a feel for him. I think Chris Cobo beat the shit out of him.
We'll go. You're talking about Hector Garcia.
But I do like Salas training him, so let me give the benefit of the doubt.
Ayahuasca gives you clarity. Samson's on some other jungle juice, man. Listen, man.
He needs some help, man. I don't know. He needs some help.
He needs some help. He on that.
I mean, how are you gonna come out on live TV and say that you want to get more money?
All I'm saying is this:
more money than Canelo.
Someone better tell him to don't show up to San Diego. Don't show up. Don't show up to the fight because if I see you, it's over. Alan Babbage will mess up if he fights Rivas or Romanov. He's fighting heavyweights that fought bigger heavyweights. Bitch ass needs to know English because he doesn't want Hrgovic. He don't want to fight Hrgovic. He don't want that smoke.
Yeah,
he don't want that smoke.
He got married a 22-year-old girl.
Really God bless him. He doing his thing. He in his bag.
Horatio got some girls. Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
God bless him. What do you and Pops think of Ryan Garcia changing trainers? We talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not. Really, I'll be honest with you. I think Goose has worked with him before, so they know each other. But I don't even think that. I'll be honest. I don't think even Goose can control Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia just wants to be free. Couldn't handle the pressure from Canelo, from the Ryan Garcia camp, regardless of how we tainted him before about how they train with the fighters or whatever. But the bottom line is he wanted his own space, his own gym, because he wants to do things his own way. He couldn't be disciplined enough to do the time, the schedule that they gave him and everything. And I think that was a big problem to me. And then I even called it out again. I'd say he's not even that disciplined. He's talking about the Cambosis fight. Then he's talking about some girls in Australia. You need to focus on your fights, man. So I think a lot of it has to be disciplined in the gym. They got tired of his bullshit and they got rid of him.
Yeah, Bush Beer Boxing Community. Shout out to Bush Beer Boxing Community. I do appreciate all your comments, man, even though I don't agree with all of them. But he says, what are your thoughts on Ryan leaving Eddie Reynoso's camp right when Teofimo Lopez comes in? I think Ryan threw a fit when Eddie told him Tio is joining, and that's why he left. You know what? I really think that's being understated. I think we've even understated it on this live.
Yeah, I think
because Ryan is part of that young generation of the 135-pound division. So I think you're onto something.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too is
it's jealousy.
Right. Ryan wants all the attention on himself. Bringing in Teofimo. Teofimo going to have that, and Teofimo wants some of the light, and he can't handle that.
Yeah, so he need, I don't know what it is, Pops. Like, I don't know if you agree with this, but like I've noticed, like in life, it seems like men get jealous of men more than women get jealous of women. Like envy and jealousy seems to be a big thing with men, especially like in my generation, because like there's enough success to go around. Like all you gotta do is focus on winning your damn fight. You don't gotta worry about what Tio's going on.
Women got their own issues. Women be checking each other out every time. They hate on each other. They got jealousy too. Men, I think with
I'm talking about this sissified generation of men.
I'm just gonna leave on Garcia's situation. He's a diva. He wants all attention to himself. Bringing Teofimo in, it takes away from his light and whatever the case may be, and he can't handle that. He can't handle you to be disciplined. I'm telling you, for Canelo to call him up what he said, I think is more deeper than that.
Yeah. We need.
And I'm not gonna say that what you're saying. A lot of men hate each other. Not all are like that. Not all, but most. I think you got good friends now that are in boxing. That are real good friends to you here in the 954. They're not like that. But then we turn around, we see other ones that are hating on you, whatever case. So. Not everybody's the same. So Kind of disagree that a little bit.
Okay, that's fair enough. But all I'm saying is, like, I wanted to show you guys something. We need men to start acting more like this guy. And I want to show you guys this. We need more men to start acting like this guy.
Bump and grind. And it's only a matter of time because he called me the big bad booty daddy.
I got Scott Steiner in here now. We got Don King. We got Scott Steiner. We got Jerome Miller. We got everybody. You know, the big bad booty daddy.
People always gonna hate success. Especially haters gonna be out there because they're not where you're at. They're gonna be jealous of your success. They're trying to bring you down, and it's how you handle it.
But my man Greg, he agrees with me. He says, could you imagine Marvin Hagler having a hissy fit because his trainer wanted to train, because the Goody brothers wanted to train another fighter?
That's what I'm saying. The generations are different, big time. I grew up in Marvin Hagler.
Because I'll be honest, I see it here on YouTube sometimes. Like, I don't want to name no channels, but like a lot of channels get jealous of other channels and they beef with each other and they go back and forth. And I've had that, once before, but like even here on YouTube you see it, and it's like, man, there's enough success to go around. And I be so in my own world, worried about covering boxing that I don't got time to be for channels and envy another man.
The thing is,
and I feel like more people should be that way.
I think human nature, not all, but most. I love that saying too. Not all, but most. People, not everybody. Like I said, most, when they see you successful, see you striving, they want to be where you're at, but they don't want to put in the work like you do. So.
Yeah. Dundada says, yeah, you got other channels telling Bill Haney not to fuck with other channels. What's funny too is, like, I haven't always said the most positive things about Devin Haney, but Bill Haney watches True School Sports.
Yeah, he
probably watching this live right now.
No matter how you say you want to sugarcoat, he don't tell that like it is.
He know where to come.
Yeah, he know.
He's like, hey man, when you gonna tell the motherfucker truth about that?
And I think when you were there in the interview, you questioned about something right in front of them. You're like, oh shit.
That's bullshit, man. Yeah. Where are you from?
Yeah. So I mean, they're going through this shit right now with what happened with
Kambosos.
With the Kambosos.
Listen, Devin. I like Devin. Devin should just move to 140. Stop going. You're wasting time. Like you're wasting time.
He wants the thing is he wants that big all the belts. He wants to get
but you're wasting time, man. Go to 40.
Fight Ben.
Conor Ben?
147 though.
Well, he's at 140. If you go to 140, Ben should want to fight him. Ben like fighting 140 pounders, so why not? Yeah. Conor Ben versus Devin Haney. Make that shit happen. Unpopular opinion. I think Reynoso is the best fit for AJ because Eddie specializes in the body attack, which AJ needs to beat Usyk. What are your thoughts on that?
That's why Reynoso said he would like to train him.
Reynoso did say he would like to train him. I don't know, man. I've seen how Reynoso trains two of the heavyweights in Frank Sanchez and Andy Ruiz Jr. And I've seen both of their styles become very they try to box like big versions of Canelo, very defensive oriented. And this is the heavyweight division, man. And Anthony Joshua isn't gonna outfox Alexander Usyk. It's not happening.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
So
something. I'm gonna ask you a question. Since Reynoso can't speak English, what's gonna happen there?
Yeah, and AJ's English. Like he English for real.
Yeah. I'm saying. So I mean, kudos for even Reynoso's want to take that job to go ahead and help Joshua to get back to his stature and whatever the case may be. I mean, Josh went to visit him, but Joshua never said he's gonna go with him. I think Joshua stayed with his old trainer, didn't he?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anthony Joshua just better make sure he's switched on.
Yeah, I mean, he better be because your video you put on YouTube today was nice too. Mm-hmm. He's out there doing his thing.
How do you see the heavyweight division ending this year? Will Fury unify the straps or will AJ get the straps back? Give me your list of the top 4 heavyweights for 2020. Like, you're talking about the best heavyweights of 2022? Okay. As far as who I think would be the best of 2022, Fury, Usyk.
Yep. Fury, Usyk, and
Hrgovic.
Wow.
Hrgovic. I think Hrgovic is gonna beat Zhang and get a big fight after that. And I think when he gets that big fight, he'll prove himself some more. So I'll go with Hrgovic, and then we'll go with Joe Joyce. That's my big 4.
Yeah, I know. You don't. What do you think about? You probably gonna laugh at me when I tell you, but I have to tell you this about Jenna Dubois.
He got to be Trevor Bryan.
Oh,
you gotta come see Trevor the Dream Bryant. Oh. But as far as the division being unified, look, man, call me pessimistic, call me a glass half empty guy, but we've been talking about there being an undisputed champion in the heavyweight division for like the last 4 years, where we've had guys in prime position to be heavyweight champion, undisputed, and it hasn't happened. So yeah, I'm gonna say no. Somehow they'll find a way to mess it up. Yeah. If you go to Vegas and you see Joel Diaz, tell him to tell Merjan to stop ducking Stephen Fulton, or else his nickname NJ will mean absolutely nothing. I'll tell him. I'll tell him if I see him. I respect that Haney's outside the ring with the utmost, especially Bill being a great father inside the business, and the ring is a different story, though. Yeah, no, Bill Haney is a great man, and the world would be a better place if there was more fathers like him. But
I mean, that's great. I mean, the way he takes his son, and they get along pretty good in the business and everything. So I do.
Shout out to Steve. Thank you.
I just think when he comes out and says let his son do boss man things, then I would say something about that.
You got the youngest boss in the game.
Done this, but and people might disagree with me. I have not seen Devin Haney dominate any fight yet.
See, hold on. We'll get to that in a second, because that's always a hot button topic with you. Yeah. But I wanted to say once again, shout out to my man Gregory Towns with the $20 super chat.
God bless you, man.
Before we acknowledge Greg further, you guys know when the super chats come out, so does Don King. So Don King, talk to the fine viewers of True School Sports.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
That's right. Let the good times roll. Talk to him, Scott. Hey, Scott Steiner. Put them in the Steiner recliner and let the good times roll.
The bump and grind. And it's only a matter of time because they call me the big bad booty daddy.
Hey, shout out to my guy Greg.
Oh, man. God bless you for the channel.
We appreciate you, champ.
It helps a lot, especially when you're going on these trips now.
Yeah, I'm going on all these trips soon.
You're going to whatever you can get.
Everything helps right now. Dale Dubois is beating the brakes off of Trevor Bryan, but I would like to be proven wrong. Shit, I hope you.
I agree. I totally agree with that statement you just said.
Trevor Bryan got to get in shape.
But I'm gonna tell you straight up. I seen. You know who I seen? You were talking about in one of your lives.
Who?
Frenzo. What's his name?
Frenzo Kendall.
Frenzo Kendall was actually at the fight. It came out on Instagram. Frenzo Kendall was at the fight with Bryan and what's his name? Guidry. And I just seen clips of it, and Lord and behold, when he fight Dubois, I wish him the best, and I'll be praying for him. But I'm sorry to tell you, he's gonna get messed up. I think he better stop all the parties, because every time he's like other fighters out here, that local fighters out here. I won't say no names, that they want to put shine on themselves because they got
when they win a local fight
and this and that. You can't do that. You're gonna fight Daniel Dubois, and the way you look in your last fight. I was not impressed with you when I seen your last sparring session before I went to the fight with Guidry, and I'm not going to be impressed with you when Dubois gets on you.
Pops laying the smackdown.
Dubois is going to pound him to no end.
If you don't tighten up.
In
a major way and quick and fast.
When I seen that Fresno Kendall, he said he's going to come out of retirement and get his belts back. It's a shame. And I see that. I say, well, that's the main card, please.
The data says, BT, you heard Richard Shaver say there is no ifs or buts. The winner of Ugas Spence is going to fight Styonis. Yeah, I've been telling everybody that. I've been telling anybody who will listen. I didn't hear Richard Shaver say that, but I've been telling anybody who will listen. The winner of Spence Ugas is either going to fight Thurman or they're going to fight the winner of Styonis versus Boutier. That's what's going to happen. Ain't going to be no Crawford fight. They already have the pieces in place to stall Crawford out. You guys need to listen to me when I say things. I don't just say things to say them.
You were saying, we were just talking about that, so you said, you think Crawford's going to sign with anybody else, or what's he going to do for his career?
He should sign with Ben Shalom. He should sign with Boxer.
You think so?
He was there today. He's there right now.
Do you think that's the best thing for him?
Shit.
I don't know. Perellum?
Anything is better than Perellum.
Sonny Edwards just signed with him. Sonny Edwards just signed.
God bless you, Sonny Edwards.
I like
RIP to your career.
Yeah. Sonny Edwards. So you're not I like that.
No. I got my ifs and buts about Probellum, but I'm not really against them. I want them to do good, but
yeah. But Boxer, you're more like, okay.
I'm on board Boxer. I'm on board Ben Shalom.
Yo, man, he calls it the way it is, man. I can't believe he tried, what's the name? Tried to go, yeah.
Shout out to my main man, Usan, the fanboy killer out there in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He said, BT.
You guys, you all need to get rid of that guy. What's his name? Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau?
Get rid of him. Hey, come on, truckers. Run over him.
Okay. BT, do you think Dillian White will sign the contract? If not, what's the excuse matching when the fans will come up with? I don't know, man. I listen. I had faith in Dillian White that when this fight got announced that we would have it happen, but it turns out that's not the case.
This guy right here, crying for the big fights, right? Dillian White gets the big fights, and then he wants more money for the fights, and then he wants to promote himself with more money.
It's just straight foolishness.
Where is he thinking?
Rubbish.
Where's his man? What is he talking about?
That's right, Usam. Big Papa Pump.
I'm telling you right now, what's gonna happen though. When he gets that ring with Fury, he's done.
Yeah, big Papa Pump. Usam. Yeah. Put these mofos in the Steiner recliner.
I mean, come on, man.
Hyro says.
Coley's fighting too. I was seeing an article about Coley.
What a bad fight. What a horrible fight.
That's a bad fight.
He's fighting a guy who lost to Makabu.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and the guy he's fighting also...
Coley, nah.
Michael
Cieslak. Coley.
Oh, Coley, yeah. The guy he's fighting, Michael Cieslak, also ducked Isaac Chamberlain and turned the fight down with him. So
he's fighting a bum?
I wouldn't say a bum, but he's fighting a guy that we know his level.
Okay, so you better than that.
If you lose to him, I'm not allowed to say. I'll put it like that. If you
I seen that announcement, I was like, I don't know if BT's aware of that.
I'm very aware. Just don't care about it.
Yeah.
Pops, Merjon's nickname MJ to me is a bitch. I like Spider-Man's girlfriend MJ. He was supposed to fight Roddy Rios and fought the lowest level competition and got exposed with a body shot. My favorite moment. And then he says, when my favorite moment is when MJ screwed like a bitch when he won a close decision. He doesn't want the Danny Roman rematch. He's ducking Danny Roman. Yeah. Talk to him, Hyro. Hey, listen. Hyro don't like Merjo Akmadali. He don't like Lee Wood. He don't like Dimitri Bivol.
Why?
What? Who? For Bivol?
Yeah.
Well, he said. Well, his thing.
He's got a free belt.
Because he said Bivol is not a real champion. He was elevated to champion.
But he fought.
And he said Bivol has been ducking Arthur Beterbiev.
Hyro,
the number one lightweight in the world.
Hyro,
tell him, Hyro.
Hyro, you better bang your head on that.
Tell him.
Hyro, you better bang your head on that truck and get someone else to send it to you.
Bud should have signed PBC to do Undisputed. Everybody keeps saying that, but I don't think PBC would have. I don't think it would have worked out for him, to be honest. Because like PBC already has all that investment in Thurman and Spence. They're gonna even be more loyal to their guys before Crawford, so it's not even a guarantee. But who we'll see. Robert Sanchez, shout out to him out there in Austin, Texas. He says Pops has that contagious laugh. He do. Freedom truckers, fuck Trudeau. The whole country is with the truckers.
Yeah.
All politicians are backing down from those totalitarian mandates all of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Canada, stand up.
I was
free the truckers.
I stay quiet, but sometimes I gotta call it what I call it.
Dillian will sign days before the deadline, just waiting on arbitration. There's no way that Dillian White walks away. That's $8 million and $8.5 million.
Isn't that like the most?
That's a clear payday for
him, right?
Hell yeah!
So this guy's been crying for everything. I
talking about,
man.
Listen,
I fight. Fury's gonna knock him out to the moon. He's gonna put him to the moon. I'm sorry. When he gets knocked out, I don't think he would know what $8 million is.
Exactly. Listen, Dundada out here bringing you guys.
And that's why I like Chisora. I'm sorry. That's why I like Chisora, because Chisora, he got his own thing, but he's not like Dillian White.
Yeah, Dundada's letting you guys know the stone cold truth about Earl Spence Jr. He's telling you guys straight away. He's telling you Spence basically has 3 fights lined up already. Even if Crawford signed the fight, it wouldn't happen. He's got this fight with Ugas. If he beats Ugas, he's got Thurman, and then he's got the winner of Styles Butiev. And then you guys aren't even factoring in the alternate possibility, alternate reality that Canelo Alvarez could randomly just say, "Hey, let's make a big fight at Cowboy Stadium." Wow. Yeah. So he's really got about 4.
Jeez.
Really got about 4. BT, what really did happen with AJ and Wilder and the $120 million contract? Well, this is what happened. All right. And I remember when this happened back then, I was making so many videos. It seemed like every day I was talking about AJ versus Wilder. It was a very agitating time in boxing for me.
Yeah.
But, Deontay Wilder was of the mindset that, as long as he kept winning, he thought he would be able to dictate his value in the fight. And that's his prerogative, right? So, what most people fail to realize about that whole scenario is that Wilder and Joshua had actually had agreed to terms initially before anything was before any numbers were hashed out. They had agreed to fight each other. All that needed to happen was the numbers, the networks, and all that stuff, right? So Eddie Hearn had made Wilder 2 flat fee offers, which weren't to Wilder's liking. The first one being, I believe it was a $12 million flat fee offer. It could have been 12 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but one was in the neighborhood of like 8 to 12, and the second one was like 15. and Wilder and PBC rejected them both. And those offers were made before DAZN was even a thing. DAZN then became a thing. Eddie Hearn got awarded a war chest of money. They offered Wilder, I think it was a 3-fight deal. The first fight being a fight against Brazil for, I believe it was like $20 or $30 million, and then the other 2 will be against Joshua, a first fight and a rematch. He turned that down. And then after he turned that down, that's when the whole 50 million. Remember, if you guys remember when Wilder started talking about the $50 million offer, that $50 million offer came up from Wilder when all that had already happened. So they sent Eddie Hearn and Joshua an offer for $50 million. Eddie Hearn said that he was willing to take the $50 million, but he wanted to see a draft contract and proof of funds. And then Shelly Finkel said that basically, you know, we're not gonna do any negotiating until you accept the fight for $50 million. So it really it became a case of Wilder Wilder and PBC and Al Haymon, all parties involved, getting greedy, and it backfired on them. So I agree with MB 2.0. Wilder fumbled the bag, you know. Better Biev is ducking him. Aram already admitted it. What? Bivol hasn't lost more than 3 or 4 rounds in his last 4 fights. That's true. But he ain't really, you know, not to be disrespectful, but like he ain't really fighting the biggest killers in the world. Just being honest. And I like Bivol. Is Deontay Wilder losing his mind lately with all these new age spiritual stuff? We just touched on that for like a whole hour, but yes, we definitely think he is losing his mind. I think he'll just be better suited trying getting right with the Lord. You know, try Jesus, man. Try really just, you know, putting your ego to the side and get to know who Jesus Christ is, because he's gonna fill all those empty holes in your life and give you a peace that surpasses understanding. I know not everybody believes in that, but you know, on my 27 years on this earth, I found that to be the truth, and I've searched near and wide. I didn't always believe in Jesus, so yeah, I think he should go that route. He does come from a Christian background, so go that route. Return back to your basics and see what's good. But you know, we'll see what happens.
Warrington with Kiko Martinez, is that a good fight?
Josh Warrington versus Kiko Martinez. It's a rematch. Yeah. Warrington already beat Kiko. Yeah. Kiko's the world champion now. It could be if Kiko. If the Kiko that fought Kid Galahad shows up, oh my God.
Yeah. What do you think?
The Kiko that fought Kid Galahad was amazing. What was Ludabella getting fired over trying to make Wilder versus AJ fight? I think Ludabella got fired because he was trying to operate outside of the status quo of what the Wilder team wanted. He wasn't on the same page, so that's why they got rid of him, because he was actually trying to be a promoter. And you got to understand, when you're in Ludabella's position, when it comes to dealing with Al Haymon fighters, you're not a promoter. You're a front man. Al Haymon's the promoter. You're the puppet, and his hand is, you know, he's controlling you. He's pulling the strings. So he tried to pull the strings, and he found out that you can't do that when you talk to these Al Haymon guys. Have you heard the rumors of Teofimo Lopez replacing Ryan Garcia on the Canelo team? Yes, I have. That's why a lot of people think Ryan Garcia is leaving Eddie Reynoso in the first place.
But they haven't actually come on and said
that. But nobody really knows.
As far as Teofimo's team.
Yeah. Gregory says, my brother in Christ, I got to roll out. Love you guys. Keep punching them chumps in the face, bro. Later. Absolutely, Greg. And you do the same, man. You keep being the strong, masculine man you are. The world needs more men like my man Gregory Towns. So
amen.
Shout out to him. Bivol fought bitch-ass Craig Richards. His ass was on HBO and did nothing. Bivol beating Sullivan Barrera isn't special. BT didn't even give Ward credit for beating Sullivan Barrera. Yeah, but to be fair, I was an Andre Ward hater back then, man. Like I wasn't giving Ward credit for nothing back then. But
you like him as a commentator.
Like him as a commentator, you know, straight up. But I would have loved to have seen Bivol fight Ward. That would have been a fight.
Oh my God.
I think Ward would have beat, as you know how I think Ward would have beat the brakes off Bivol.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ward retired. He went ahead and decided to enjoy life after boxing. And it is what it is. Why the Wilder fanatics keep saying that AJ ducked and Hearn was in the way? Because a lot of the Wilder fans are very closed-minded, narrow-minded people, and they hate anything that's not from the UK, from America. The reality is this: Eddie Hearn made him 3 career-high payday, three career at that time,
Jesus.
3 career-high offers, 2 flat fee offers, which they didn't like because they figured they wanted They didn't want to do the flat fee, and then they tried to lock him into a 3-fight deal, which would have made Wilder 9 figures. 9 figures. He got paid all 9 figures, and he didn't like it. So, you know, it is what it is. Bivol already beat Joe Smith. Beterbiev is gonna fight Joe Smith. Bivol's leftovers. Yeah, but Beterbiev fought Alexander Vazdik, who's better than everybody on Bivol's resume. Everyone, including Joe Smith.
So what more do you want? Yeah.
What do you want, champ? You know. No, where you at, champ? Talk to this man about Beterbiev. You know, speaking of the Bivol Joe Smith Beterbiev fight, I haven't gone to a fight in New York City in a long time, and I've never gone to a fight at the Garden. I'm thinking, Pops, that's the one that I'm gonna go to.
For sure.
You never been to New York either, so we might gotta make.
But I've been there. I never went to the fight. August.
We gotta take you to New York. I gotta show you. That's not happening. Or that's on the Katie Taylor card now.
Okay.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, True School Sports, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. You know, it's 10:35 Eastern Standard Time. Listen, man, at this point, we pretty much done covered everything we wanted to cover.
Yeah.
So if y'all got any questions, you drop them down below. And BT, how do you grade the Taylor card? Katie Taylor or Josh Taylor? Which one? Does New York still have vaccine mandates? I haven't checked them recently, but I do know before. I remember back in October, I was curious about going to New York because the Knicks had just got Kemba Walker, who I'm a huge fan of, and I was thinking about going to Madison Square Garden for a Knicks game to watch Kemba Walker play. Yeah. And I had checked the Madison Square Garden rules, and they actually do have a thing where you could take a COVID test a certain amount of time before the fight without getting the vaccine.
You know, Las Vegas got the mask mandates, right?
That's good. I wasn't following them no way, so no matter to me.
Yeah, no.
I was walking straight to the casino.
Yeah,
no mask on.
They dropped all that. Hey, little by little, brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Yeah, he did. But now Aram is calling Beterbiev a no pizzazz fight. If Aram is insulted in the matchup, Bivol can't hold a gun to his head and make him sign. You know, I haven't heard Bob Aram say that. I'm gonna check that out. But Bivol versus Beterbiev is a fight that boxing needs because Bivol and especially Beterbiev, they're not getting any younger. You know, I want to see Beterbiev get his crack at the big times, get his crack at Bivol. I want to see the master technician in Bivol fight a technician in Beterbiev as well, but a guy that knows how to beat you up in devastating fashion. He's done it every single time he's fought an opponent. 100% knockout ratio, most of which at the championship level cannot be denied or ignored. Hyro says he had the HBO platform and didn't fight for 2 years.
Who's this?
Bivol. I don't like Bivol because Hyro
is that him or was that Eddie Hearns?
Well, he wasn't with Eddie Hearns.
Oh no!
When he was on HBO,
HBO.
When he was on HBO, he was with Kathy Duva in main events.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You got that right, Harold.
JD Blanca, shout out to JD Blanca, a long time viewer of the channel, much appreciated. He says Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. Who do you got? Now we go back and forth with this all the time. And listen, I'm not even gonna answer that question. I'm gonna tell you what I tell him. We can't talk about Virgil versus Boots or Boots versus Virgil because Virgil got to worry about Michael McKinson and Boots got to worry about Custille Clayton. If they don't beat Custille Clayton and Michael McKinson, it don't matter. But just for the sake of
Virgil.
Just for the sake of hypotheticals, Boots and us will beat Virgil.
Ortiz will beat the shit out of him.
Why?
I tell you, come pressure fighter, and come forward and knock the shit out of him.
Nah,
you don't even know what chin you got.
Yeah, to be fair, we never seen Virgil go past the 7th round.
Yeah. Who?
I'm not Virgil. Boots. Boots.
We'll see what happens. They're both young guys coming up, so then like Brandon said, they gotta get through the fight.
I'm trying to see Virgil versus Rashidi Ellis, but man, what's crazy is I didn't.
Any fights coming up at all?
I didn't tell you guys this, but I was during this live earlier in the day. Golden Boy had made a post about some Mexican prospect I never heard of, and I saw Oscar De La Hoya hyping up some Mexican prospect I never heard of, and then he was like, "Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya was like, he's the next young prospect. Golden Boy does it the best." So I actually had responded to Oscar's comment, and I said, "Can we get at Rashidi Ellis some fights? Y'all post about everything but Rashidi Ellis, and he's an awesome fighter." And Rashidi Ellis actually liked the comment, so. Rashidi Ellis.
You said it.
Rashidi Ellis definitely going through some frustration.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about all these 10-0, 9-0, 13-0 welterweights I never heard of.
Listen,
we can't get nothing.
We already know narrative and Golden Boy. You always tell me this about Golden Boy. Who they really want to support, and that's it.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia better knock out Emmanuel Ortega, otherwise he's the division is gonna think he's fresh meat. Yeah. But I don't think Tego's gonna be no Easy fight. Unlike a lot of the Garcia opponents, he's a real 35-pounder.
Yeah.
He's crafty. He has a great gas tank. If Ryan has any sort of letdown, he's gonna feel it in this fight.
So De La Hoya never answer you back?
No.
Of course not.
I'm gonna respond. In fact, I'm gonna respond right now while I'm here.
De La Hoya, man, I swear to
I'm gonna respond right here. I'm gonna respond right now. Do not act like you don't see this comment. Right. When
put some respect on
we see Rashidi?
Why are you signing up?
You guys got him on the shelf. You guys got him on the shelf. Because I don't like this, man. I want to see Rashida get some fights on the shelf. You know?
Yo, brother, if you run up to him, you could ask him all those questions to his face.
Yeah, listen, if Oscar don't answer him now, he's going to have to answer him soon. I'm going to be covering some Golden Boy fights this year.
Matchmaker, he said he had to go. We put him on the spot. He said,
hey, look, if y'all want to see that, I'm going to show you guys. I want to show you guys why. If you guys want to press Oscar as well, you know what? Let's have some fun on True School Sports. I want you guys to join me, all right? I want you guys, if any of y'all got Instagram, I want y'all to go to this post. I'm going to show you where you can find the post. So we're going to go on Instagram. By the way, if any of you guys are on Instagram, you can follow me here. I'm the handsome dude in the green suit in the picture. All right. Just a kid from Dania. This is me on Instagram. I'll drop it in the comments. So if y'all want to follow and contact me outside of YouTube, you guys can go ahead and do that. But look, if you want to find the post that I'm talking about, all you got to do is go to Golden Boy. So you're going to go to Golden Boy Promotions, right? Okay. You're going to go to Golden Boy Promotions, the official Golden Boy Promotions account. You're going to go to, and I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link to the post so you guys can join. So it's the last post with this Mexican dude. What's this guy's name? Undefeated Evan Sanchez. So you can see it's the top comment. It's literally the pinned comment. The next young prospect. All right. You can see right here. You can see right here. My response. Oscar De La Hoya. When can we get something? When can we get Rashidi Ellis some fights? Y'all post about everything but him, and he's an awesome fighter. And then one guy said that Rashidi's sitting his contract out. His contract, he's probably pricing himself out. And then this guy agreed with me saying, yes, him and Virgil make a good fight. And then this is my comment that I just told you guys. Do not act like you don't see this comment when we. So if y'all wanna press Oscar, if y'all wanna have some fun and try to make a fight happen and be part of history, there's the link. We gonna press Oscar. There's a link right there. If y'all wanna press Oscar, just tell him, hey, get Rashidi Ellis a fight. Tell him something like that.
Well, you answer that.
Go on here.
I'm on it right now.
Yeah. I don't go up here. He's right up here. So you go to this comment and you hit reply.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead. So Pop's gonna join in. MB20 says Bivol is a bitch. He hasn't fought anyone in the top 5 in the WBA rankings. Man, you and Hyro on the same page, champ. Gaia Estrada is a diva at 115. He's the whole reason there's a franchise champion. He says he may have COVID, but didn't confirm it with the text. He got dropped by Quadras. He ducked Chocolatito. Yeah, Hyro's been laying into to Gaia Estrada these last few days. You know, Ellis is a victim of politics, and it's unfortunate because he already has 2 good wins on his resume. You know, he was brought in to lose twice. Golden Boy tried to set him up with
how you spell his name?
Eddie Gomez. Here, I got you.
No, I got it.
He's right there.
Where?
Give me your phone. Look, you're not spelling his name right. You probably put it with an I. It's with an A.
Okay.
There you go. But let me see. We'll stay up for like 10 more minutes, guys. So if y'all got any questions, drop them down below. We here, boy. Make sure you guys super chat if you feel led to. We here. Inoue is being a bigger diva right now, though. We need to see Inoue versus Casemiro, not Inoue versus Michael Dasmarinas. Yeah, that was a straight mismatch. I remember that fight was in the night of Charlo Montiel.
Spanish.
Tell Oscar in Spanish. Tell him in Spanish that we need to get Rashidi Ellis some damn fights.
That was crazy.
Because it's getting downright ridiculous.
No.
Let me see if I missed any comments. Oh man, Dundada's coming with a big prediction. Dundada says, I think Boots Ennis is going to be another chinny Erickson Lubin. Man, what an insult. What an insult. He called this man another chinny Erickson Lubin. Listen, man, speaking of Erickson Lubin, I think his nenext fight he's going to lose. I think Fundura going to get him his next fight. I think Fundura's size, volume is going to lower that punch output of his because I've seen his punch output lower for way less. So I'm looking very excited. I'm looking very forward to that fight April 9th, seeing what happens between Fundora and Lubin, can Fundora withstand the body punching and what Lubin's bringing to the table? Because Lubin is bringing some things to the table. I tagged Oscar and asked him about Blair and Ellis fights next. There you go. We're gonna press Oscar. Oscar will be like, man, why are people pressing me? And it's gonna be some YouTube channel. Some YouTube channels got. Let me see where I want to see your comment, Dundada. Because Oscar pissed me off when I went to the Golden Boy show. I wanted to meet him. I wanted to press him. He wasn't there. Is that you, Dundada? The real Vince adult man facts. We need Ellis back in the mix. I don't know if that's you, champ, but let me see. Fundora stopped Gallimore, and Fundora isn't very impressive skill wise, but he's huge. Oh my god! I mean, and he fights. Listen, he fights in a manner that gives him the best chance to win, and he's perfected that style, and it's got him undefeated record so far. So. Dundada says Cuba Arias should have gotten that Tony Harrison fight. I mean, Cuba Arias, it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening with Cuba Arias. Vincent Adult Man. I just gave you a follow of Vincent Adult Man. David Morrell is getting avoided too. David Morrell is a hell of a fighter. apparently,
Spanish.
Apparently, David Morrell Jr. is calling out Andrade and John Ryder and all these guys. I'm trying to find the article where he called them out because I want to see. I like David Morrell. David Morrell is one of the most skilled 68-pounders in the world. With so little fights to show the skills that he's shown. He's definitely doing his thing, and he deserves a lot of respect. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him.
Let's see if he answers me.
He's not gonna answer you.
That's more Spanish.
I'm gonna go on my alternate.
Good boys. He's like, oh shit, they might be Spanish too.
Yeah, we got all the bases covered. David Morrell is going to be a problem later. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a step up fight for him. He's probably going to fight that dude, Adios. You're below. So no, I can't say the guy's name, but the dude Adios is AIDOS, and then his name starts with a Y. He's going to fight him. They both fought a common opponent in Lennox Allen. Morrell had fought Lennox Allen in his third pro fight. Yeah. This dude Adios or Ados, whatever his name is, he fought Lennox Allen and stopped him in like 2 or 3 rounds. So they're gonna fight for the WBA regular title, and yeah.
Did Arias lose his last fight in New York or something? Arias, was that him? So the Arias I'm talking about?
Arias lost to Von Alexander his last fight.
Yeah. Now they want. You think he'll get that fight with Dundada? So he might get the Tony Harrison fight.
Well, we'll see.
That'd be good for him because he was very disappointed that he lost that fight. I didn't see the highlights from that fight, so I don't know if he showed up on that fight. I know when he was walking out with his girlfriend, he was really upset.
Yeah. Who do you think Andrade is gonna fight first? I think Demetrius Andrade will fight Zach Parker because that's the fight that they're in negotiations for. They got a purse bid going for that already. I think they had just rescheduled it today, or they have a date for that purse bid today. So he's gonna fight Zach Parker. Try to win the interim belt. If he wins the fight against Zach Parker, he'll be the interim champion, which will thus in turn position him to maybe fight for the WBO title. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think on that note, guys, let me see. Andrade is supposed to be the mandatory already. Yeah, I mean,
you're right about
he should, but you know these boxing politics are not gonna bend and fold for certain fighters, and he's one of those fighters. BT, what are your thoughts on Raul Valenzuela's next fight? I have no clue who the hell he's fighting. Could you inform me on who he's fighting? Because I haven't heard about who he's even fighting next. Who is El Rayo fighting? Let's see. Raul Valenzuela, the young prospect at 135. Yeah. I want to see him fight Frank Martin. That's the fight I really want to see.
Who?
I want to see Raul Valenzuela versus Frank Martin. 2 young, 135-pounders PBC. Southpaws.
Martin pretty good?
Martin is good. I like Martin.
Yeah.
Martin's a training with Derek James and good speedy southpaw. He just knocked out Amir in the 4th round.
I thought your favorite fight over there was what's his name?
Ryan Carl?
No, the other white guy you like
the Cowboy.
Spence. Not Spencer, the other guy.
Joey Spencer?
Yeah.
Hell no. Joey, hell no.
I'm messing with you, but I know you don't like him.
Joey Spencer was over there running this mouth about Charlatito years ago. I never liked him for after that. In my opinion, Andre should hold course for the WBO belt and look for Morrell after he gets it. That's what I agree. Because Morrell's young. He's not going nowhere. Go to WBO, get the belt, and then make it happen.
How many guys coming up too?
The WBO moved the goalpost to prevent it. Usyk got mandatory immediately according to the WBO rules, but he did. But you know, like Andre is the black sheep of boxing. He's fighting against all the odds. He doesn't just got to fight the fighters he fights. He's got to fight the politics, the sanctioning bodies, the organizations, the petitions. You know, he's got to fight his own promoter, having a vested interest against his rivals who he doesn't even promote anymore. You know, it's all fucked up. You know, MB20 says Frank the Ghost Martin. That's right, the Ghost.
That's it, the Ghost.
I like the Ghost. I'm a fan. I'm a Frank. But yeah, that's the fight. I made a video about it back in January. That's a fight PBC should look into for like one of the like FS1 cards. Frank Martin versus Ryan Valenzuela. A true school sports advisory tip, free of charge.
Is he? I don't know. I have to check out Frank Martin. Is he
you would like Frank Martin. Yeah. You would like him.
Yeah. Is he? You think he can beat Ryan?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Ryan's not even that good.
They say he's talented.
Ryan. Okay, Ryle is good. Ryle is good, but like Ryle has gaping flaws.
Right.
He's young. He's a young raw prospect. The same way Frank Martin is a young prospect. Right. He's got weaknesses too. I feel like it would be a really good prospect building fight. Yeah. And they would bring out the best in each other. So you know, I'm tired of seeing because sometimes when I go back and I watch boxing from like the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s, you know, it's just different. Like they used to actually match prospects tough and. Yeah. It wasn't as much politics involved, and I feel like boxing is missing like those good prospect fights.
Yeah, they can bring back what's his name? We get old, have a good time. What's his name?
Don King.
Yeah, they bring back Don King.
Oh man,
Don King will make the fights.
I'll make the fights. But listen, guys, I think on that note, I'm gonna end the live. Thank but we appreciate you guys that have joined us over the last 2 hours or so.
Oh man, it's great.
We're gonna be live again tomorrow. I don't know what we'll talk about, but we'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah. You know, we'll be live Saturday twice for Khan versus Brook in the afternoon and Munguia versus Ballard at night. There's going to be all kinds of content coming out, all kinds of videos coming out. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Keep trying to keep supporting the channel. Keep doing all that. And yeah, any final thoughts, Pops, before we wrap up the live?
Oh, it's a great time. I love talking to you guys, whether we agree or not. It's boxing, and everybody's got their own opinion. Have a blessed night, and God bless you until tomorrow.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.